Live from the tasting room of ESB Brewing in scenic Tampa, Florida, it's the Cranial Emission Show.
Interrupting the silence.
Drop a little science
With an act of defiance.
by the Cranial Alliance.
Ben Charles was the name that was given to me. And when I'm on the mic, it's like destiny.
Well, he's a mover and a shaker, not a flopper or a faker.
If he was on chips, he'd be punching out your baker.
But there's more to this mix in this recipe. Here's a dash of number 2 of the Cranial 3.
First name Miguel, my last name Hito. I'm a mixture of the best, like a sushi filled burrito.
And if you get to know him, then you can call him Mickey.
Got the bitty bitty beats like Buck Spot Tweaky.
There's still another part in this play on words. His name is Joey T, and he needs to be heard.
Joseph T. Needles Incorporated. The mold was broke when I was created.
If you need a title, he's got plenty to spare.
And if he was a trucker, he'd have a monkey named Bear.
Well, I'm the last dog, the final bark of the pack. And now I'm gonna tell you who we are and where we're at.
Cranial Emissions is the name of the show.
Friday night, 7 to 9 is the time, don't you know?
ESB Brewery will be live on the air.
Come have a pint with us, we've got plenty to spare.
A show for everyone, alive and departed.
Enough about us, let's get the show started.
Now let's get down and dirty with the triumvirate.
Welcome to the Cranial Emission Show, folks. Another lovely Friday evening, streaming to you live over the interwebs from a packed house here at the esteemed halls of beer greatness, known to Tampa, Florida, and very soon the world as ESB Brewing Company. 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407. We the Triumvirate, also known as Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T, sit before you amid a collection of 15 different fine brews to choose from, and they have twisted our livers, convincing us to partake as we broadcast to you the loyal Craniac. We are pleased to have several guests on the show tonight in the form of broadcasters Mama J and Trina Fallon. But before we delve into the bevy of topics we have in store for you, we start this program the same way we always do, and that is with the beer call.
I figured we'd go the short version of that today.
Yeah,
Little Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son, yes.
Oh, I thought that was Barney Miller.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, wait, that was
right.
Night Court.
Night Court.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Anyway.
By the way, before we get into the beer call, we do have to mention that we are also sponsored by Magic Puff e-cigarettes. For all you out there with a hankering for nicotine, you're smoking too many cigarettes, you're getting the iron lung. Well, the black lung, actually.
Yeah.
Getting the black lung. Starting to sound a little bit like Darth Vader, as our good friend, the WCW, is impersonating right now. Which, by the way, our producer, the wily Chris Wiles, is here among us. But, get off the cigarettes, go to Magic Puff, and go get yourself some e-cigs. Go see our boy Sam, and load up on him, man. I tell you, so far we think it's safer. We'll find out.
Yeah.
813 New Talk, by the way, is the number to call if you want to. Also, find our page on Facebook.com/The Cranial Emissions Network.
And I've been actively working on the Twitter site at Cranial E is our handle, and you can find me at M1K3Y, which is looks like Mikey at M1K3Y813. Keep up with me. I'll tell you what's going on.
So, guys, a lot to get into, but the beer call is the way we always start the show. I myself, I'll start it out. I'm sitting here drinking one of their new beers. Again, like we said, 15 different ones to choose from.
Several new ones on
and a couple new ones that we're trying to get Francis on here and talk about wherever Francis is. If he's out there, he needs to come hang out here.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can hear us. But I'm drinking right now the Buckwheat Saison. This was a keg that the lovely Leslie just tapped. The brew mistress extraordinaire just tapped the keg. And an incredible beer. I love this. If you're a fan of Saisons, very bubbly, very light, very nice. Oh, it's the glorious JP walking
what's up,
in.
Dude? Been a while, man. How you doing?
Who actually was a part of the Cranial Mission Show. Say hello to the cameras, JP. That's right, you're a star. You're forever embedded in the annals, not the annals, the annals.
man.
Yeah, you don't want to be embedded in angles.
Yes, of the.
Well,
Cranial
maybe you
Missions
do. I don't know.
video.
I'm not sure, but
No judgment.
no judgment.
On the outside.
On the-
On the inside, I judge.
Forever known in the annals of society. What?
So yeah, I'm going with the buckwheat saison. Love this beer. What are you drinking, Miggy?
I'm drinking a new one. Another new beer called Ragnar's Lager.
Oh, that
Sounds manly, doesn't it?
It sounds tough.
Gotta love the Ragnar's Lager.
Arr.
It's very nice. Considering I haven't taken a sip yet.
Well, I'm kind of biting your style, man.
Are you?
I'm having the saison as well.
Are you?
Mostly just because I like saying saison.
Saison.
Makes me feel intelligent.
You're duplicating the saison, are you?
I am biting your style, but it's TJ's fault. He poured it for me. You know, I'll drink whatever puts in the glass.
Now, when it comes to ESB, they're really getting out there. The outreach is continuing in terms of the bars.
And I'm having the cider.
Oh, Sancho, I didn't know you were
The
part of the beer
hard
call.
cider.
When did you become a part of the beer call, Sancho?
Now.
So you just inserted yourself into the beer
I'm
call?
a bachelor. I'm high in the horse.
The high and the hog.
The what?
The pig.
You're
the
not.
hog. I'm high in the hog.
High on the
You know
hog.
you're not part of the triumvirate, right, Sancho?
I know, but you could be the fourth musketeer or the fourth Beatle, or
Hey, don't feel bad. I'm not either. So you know.
I will be the.
But that- I
I'll
mean,
be
by-
the drunk one.
by definition, a triumvirate can only be three, right?
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
that- hence
Yes.
the word try.
Right. Hence tricycle.
And you don't. You. Oh man.
or trisexual.
Okay.
All right. Well, Miggy, what are you drinking? The cider you said? The cedar?
No, he's the Ragnar's.
Oh, you're right.
I'm
Oh,
making the
Sancho.
Ragnar's
Right.
Lager.
No,
Okay.
Sancho's drinking the cider, the hard cider, which is what, a CCB beer, I believe.
Yes.
Now, but like I said, ESB, the outreach continues, trying to get taps in different bars. And guys, for you beer fans out there that are listening to this show, all you Craniacs, there's a big event coming up. Pepin is having an event at their little facility there. Well, it's nothing little about it, actually. The big convention center that they have there, basically. They're having
That thing is huge. It's beautiful, too. Have you ever been there?
Oh, it's really cool. They're having a Brews with Attitudes event coming up a couple weeks from now, May 15th. It'll be a Tuesday night.
Wow.
And that's going to be a cool event. You're going to have all kinds of different brewers up there with their different wares for you to sample.
I will be off Wednesday, by the way, on that.
Oh, well, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah. It's a good idea.
Calling in now.
We're actually missing the ESB guys. I'm looking, I don't see any of the ESB guys to get in here for the beer call.
Maybe they're having a beer emergency.
Oh, by the way, we haven't mentioned yet the ITJ.
Yeah, we're falling behind.
The
here.
illustrious
What's going
TJ, he is the man that you need to seek if you want a beer behind the bar. Also known as the Dark Lord of Something Poured.
Dark Lord, something porn.
Is there? Wow. Oh, you're fetching Francis. Is that what you're
trying
doing
to fetch,
right now?
Trying to fetch
Aging
Francis.
Francis.
Paging Mr. Francis. Paging Mr. Francis.
There's a lot going on here tonight. That's
There
the
is.
thing. Is it's filling up pretty quickly in here, anticipating a raucous crowd for the guests that we have, and so there's a little bit of confusion going on.
Look like there's going to be a right old piss up in there.
Yeah,
trying
it
to
does.
track down the ESB guys here.
All right. Well, why don't you talk about some goat brains there, Mike?
Yeah, let me talk about this story. I'm gonna just jump right into it. Because Francis isn't here. Come on, Francis.
Paging Francis.
You stole my bike, Francis.
All right. Well, there's this brewery. This really.
Here
There he is. There he is.
There he is.
All right.
And that's
The
why.
frenetic Francis Booth.
That's
is
exactly why we
joining
call
us.
him that, Miggy. That's why we refer to him as the frenetic Francis Booth, because he has too much going on. He is a man of many hats, way too many tasks, and we finally get a little bit of his time. Thank you so much, Francis, for popping in. Talk about the beer call, by the way. We were promoting the Saison and the Ragnar's.
Ragnar's.
Ragnar.
Is that the appropriate
it's Ragnar.
phonetic?
I
Yeah.
think so. Someone
Pronunciation?
else named it. I think it tastes pretty good. It's a lager. I think that's what
It's
Danish
nice.
lager.
ITJ.
It's really good.
Could I?
Dark Lord of Something Port
Yes,
is in the
thank
house. Yeah, so we
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers,
Welcome.
guys. Hey, thanks for coming back. I think obviously excited about this evening and the beers, and looking forward to the show and all kinds of excitement, I think, right?
Yeah, we had a hell of a time last night at the World of Beers in Brandon.
A little tasting event we had
the
there.
the ESB night over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I
We were
enjoyed
digging
that.
it.
Yeah, we killed the keg, didn't we?
Yeah, a couple of them, I think.
Yeah, buddy.
Now, it was a good event, right? Because I don't remember like the last hour and a half.
Of course
of
you
it.
don't,
Was
you
it
rowdy
good?
son.
I heard you were
Yeah.
carrying people around, and there was.
Dude, I had to bail, bro. I was like, I'm going with Toby, man. I'm going somewhere. I got to get out of here. We dipped out. We didn't even say bye to anybody.
Yeah, you got-
we just left.
That's my move, dude. That's one of my moves. You just out the side
I
door.
did that whole slowly backing up stuff.
So tell us about this new. I'm drinking the saison. Joe's drinking it as well. We're loving this beer.
Buckwheat.
So what? I understand this thing's been sitting back there for about a year now. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's one of those forgotten beers in the back of the fridge. And yeah, we brewed that a while ago. Probably summertime, I think, is what the piece of tape said. So, so that was before everything got kicked open. But we had the license, obviously. Legal stuff's good. Don't worry about it. But beer-wise,
These
well,
comments were endorsed by ESB Brewing.
ESB. So yeah, that's a buckwheat saison there, and then we have another buckwheat we do that we're gonna brew another batch of. It has we do it with oh god, now I'm having a brain fart. What's that? Hibiscus
Sorry.
buckwheat. That is the name. Yeah, we use hibiscus. It's actually pink
Nice.
from the hibiscus flowers.
But
so
does
we
it
use that.
stink? Thank you. No?
No.
Okay.
Not even an A for effort.
So you're saying the beer's pink, actually? Pink
Yeah,
color?
actually, it's pink.
Yeah, the hibiscus will make it nice with a pink hue to it.
So you
That's
should
awesome.
sell a lot of that on like breast awareness weeks.
Yeah, breast cancer awareness.
Yeah,
Very
that's what I
breast
meant.
aware.
Yeah,
And,
I like breast.
I will drink a lot of that
breast
and want to
awareness,
grab
yeah.
some breasts, most likely, is what's going to
I
happen.
am very aware of the breast.
Well, I'm glad you're here because I really want to discuss this story here from this brewery. It's an award-winning brewery out of Philadelphia called Dock Street. Are you familiar with that brewery?
Dog Street or Dark Street?
Dock. Like
Dog Street.
sitting by the dock of the bay. Kinda,
watching the
Oh,
tide.
okay. No, I'm not familiar with Dog Street.
So Dock Street's a brewery in Philadelphia, and in honor of the Walking Dead season finale, they have brewed, which this has got to be a world's first. I had to say it. They have brewed a beer that might just make you smarter. There's no merit whatsoever.
I don't
Really?
think it's going to make you smarter. I think it makes you more adventurous. But go ahead.
So
Go
Chris,
ahead.
bring up the first graphic there.
Oh, he's got it up. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Okay, so what they did is they brewed a really awesome beer with goat brains, roasted goat brains. Okay, and it's called and it's with roasted goat brains and cranberries to give it a bloodyish hue. So it's kind of like it has that. Yeah. So people are absolutely stoked over this beer.
Except for the goats.
Yeah, except for the goats. So they got this beer. It's called Walker, and you can bring up that other picture, Chris, of the actual label.
The actual label, yeah.
Yeah, the label's really cool.
Label's pretty cool looking. Yeah.
So I'm trying to contact these guys, but they don't open until 3:00, and I was really busy today. I want to see if we can get a 6-pack of this beer sent here. Maybe we can have a little on-air tasting action.
That would be interesting.
That would be really cool.
I mean, out of all the ingredients that you've thought about using, Francis, I know you've been adventurous in the past, but has it ever occurred to you to actually harvest animal organs for your beer?
Well, this one makes me think of something. I think we're all going, well, maybe there. I don't know. What if we did a ballsy beer, you know?
Actually,
Rocky Mountain oyster beer?
You know what? In Colorado, they do have a Rocky Mountain oyster beer. Remember we talked about that about a year and a half ago on the show?
We're going to have to start calling these places and start trying to get some of these beers here because my main goal right now is to approach Brewdog to get that Never Mind the Anabolics beer if they still have some around. And it's probably going to cost a few bucks to get it sent here. For a case, it's about $150 to $180.
Yeah, we were actually
to have
thinking
sent
about
here,
doing
yeah.
like an athletic competition.
The winner gets a pint or a bottle.
No, we
we're gonna-
drink it and then do athletics.
There you go. Okay.
Because it's got steroids in it.
Maybe
so
some badminton or something like that. You know, I love some badminton.
You know, we're gonna see. Who winds up getting the effects from it if they benefit athletically from it.
And Ben's going to punch us all to down.
I'm gonna
He's gonna-
My eyes are gonna turn yellow. I'm gonna roid rage on you guys.
We're not far from Sefner, so we can do dry meth beer. You know.
Yeah, dry meth
wow.
beer.
Good flavor.
That's what you're talking. Get your Kool-Aid.
Wait a second, guys. Do I see who I think I see hanging out in the back over there? Sancho.
No, what is she doing here?
Sancho. Oh no.
Oh, no. Francis,
no.
watch out, buddy.
Francis, hey, thanks for popping in,
But,
man. But we're a little
guys,
worried
thanks.
about this. This is really.
Is this for reals?
Hey, sis, what's going on? Wow, what's...
Okay, so we have the Reverend Joey T's sister, Gloria, here.
What's up,
which
sis?
Usually there's some trouble. This is also Sancho's wife. There's usually trouble followed by this.
What are you doing here?
Maybe we welcome you to the show, I guess. Welcome, Gloria.
Yeah, what are you doing down here?
What in bloody hell are all you boobs sitting around here doing?
We're doing a radio
You
show.
know what we do. We do a radio show.
Baloney. You guys are sitting here with all of your microphones just plugged into the wall so you can get free beer.
Well, we do like the free beer.
Yeah,
part,
that's a good.
That is nice.
That's a fringe
Oh,
benefit.
whatever.
We do have listeners. We won awards. You know.
Who on God's green earth would listen to either of you guys?
What are you doing here? You had me deported.
I had you deported.
Yes, you did. You're a horrible person.
Okay.
Oh.
Little background.
You paid Nancy and had me deported $10,000.
The story is out, Gloria. You know, you can continue the charade, but here's the thing: we found out through Felix. Okay, Felix had an investigator look into this.
She coming
Investigator
here
Dave
looking
Thomas,
like she walking the street.
and we found out that you were behind the deportation efforts.
You know, I'm sick and tired of your mouth right now. You sit there and you act like as if you're such a pompous prick and you have every right in the world to talk down to people. You don't even know what it is to be beneath somebody. You've never even been on top of one.
Whoa.
Oh. Well, no, I've never been in prison, so I don't know what it's like to be beneath somebody, but I do know what it's like to be on top of one.
What? Hey.
And what did he look like?
Hey, shut your face. Why did
Look,
you have me
that was-
deported?
Gloria, that was one time I was in college. It was cold.
All right, but back
Anyway,
to
so moving on.
This is not about you, Bang. It's about me.
I understand.
Why?
You deported Sancho, your own husband, to San Pedro
You
Sula.
know what San Pedro Sula is like. It's a horrible place.
It's what, Sancho?
It's a horrible place.
No, but what is it also known as?
The murder capital of the world.
I'm tired of you, Sancho. You and your love for this Leslie, go after her.
Oh man, dude! I told you, Sancho.
But
was
she's
gonna
so
cause problems.
pretty.
This guy-
She is pretty.
And I don't need you anymore. I'm done with you. I'm going with Leslie now.
Oh yeah,
If
you and
she
your
will have me.
you and your 4 foot tall self. What are you gonna do?
I'm not sure that. How do you know Leslie even wants you, Sancho?
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
don't know. I'm hoping.
Well, when it's all over, you could just go ahead and be a miniature pony jockey.
Are you
Well,
guys?
I might do this, but I'm coming to get the dog.
No.
Are you guys breaking up now?
No, I
Is
want my Yak Russell Terrier.
So you guys are breaking up here live on the air right now.
No,
This is
we're
the
done. I'm
end.
not even living there anymore.
All you see with me is a green guard.
All I see is a streetwalker.
Oh, okay.
You are no good.
Well, what do you think I was doing out here tonight?
Of
I just
course.
bumped into you when I was out for a date.
You know, I do have to compliment you, Gloria, because you look very snazzy in your this animal print hot pink attire that you have.
Why she's snazzy? It's not good.
You know what, Sancho?
I want my dog.
If she wasn't married to you, I mean, my sensibilities are you know, they're inclined right now. I have to tell you.
Yeah.
I want my Yak Russell Terrier, Snake Plissken.
No, Snake Plissken is coming with me. I
Wait,
don't care what you think.
Wait, you named your Jack Russell Terrier Snake Plissken
Snake Plissken.
from Escape from New York?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Ernest Borgnine.
Really?
Yeah, he was a cabbie. Yeah, I remember that. Very good.
Yes, he was like, hey, no, you're a horrible person. You need to go.
No. You need to go. You can go ahead and you
I
can
want
pack all
my-
of your stuff, and that is my dog.
I want my dog.
No, it's my
Yes.
dog.
No, what are you going
No.
to do with my dog?
I've already done something with your dog.
What?
No,
Whoa, wait,
no.
whoa.
Remember that girl that you went to the Oriental massage parlor there all the time to
No.
go see?
No.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
She's
Wait,
back
wait.
in Saigon, and that is where your dog is going
Don't
right
send my
now.
dog to
So
Vietnam.
it sounds like your dog's going to get eaten if it's going back to
No.
Saigon.
Oh, that's not
Oh,
good.
don't worry. I went ahead and I put some holes in the top of the box.
That was very humane of you.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to
didn't-
talk to you anymore.
Don't worry. You don't have to pay me too much back because I went ahead and I made sure that I used a fork and
So-
plate.
No, I want my dog.
4 weeks, you'll find out if he made it back.
I'm calling Barry Cohen, the lawyer.
Okay.
Oh, he is a famous
He's
lawyer here in
famous.
Tampa, yes.
I'm
You know, so
calling Barry.
I guess we won't have to sick Sarah McLaughlin on you since you did put holes into the box.
That is
You know,
good.
just her commercials alone are punishment enough. So,
That is true.
yeah, I guess we won't be doing that. But
You need to go. You need to just go now.
you know what, Gloria? You have kind of been a thorn in the side of the show for a long time. I mean, I don't mean to offend you, Joe, because I know she's your sister.
I gotta stay
Your
quiet.
adopted sister.
She can still kick my butt, so I gotta be
Well,
quiet.
she's, you know, I mean, she's already just kicking the fashion world's butt with that dress.
Is she looking at me right now, too?
No, she's glaring at you right now.
Because, you know, I mean, we grew up together.
Don't look at Joe. Don't look at him. Don't even give him an eye.
You would be lucky if I
No.
would look at you ever again.
Nada ojos es Jose.
That actually isn't correct Spanish. Sancho. I thought
I
you were
haven't
Spanish.
spoken Spanish in so long.
You haven't spoken English in a long time either.
No.
So.
You
All
know-
right, well, you know what? We got to get into a commercial break here. So you guys settle your extramarital affairs with each other outside of the show,
Yeah.
okay? Sancho, Gloria, the two of you just settle it out here at the brewery.
Just give me my dog. Go to break. Go to break
We're
now.
going to go to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Give me my dog.
Hey fellas, ex-President Bill Clinton here, and I'm excited to introduce to you Billy Bags, a novelty condom company created by yours truly. My inaugural line will be sure to smoke all competitors. I call it my Commander-in-Leaf series. That's right, boys. It's time to dress to impress and slip that beef into a Commander-in-Leaf. These condoms are made to resemble the finest cigars and come in all sizes. For you poor bastards sporting a roll of dimes, I suggest to you the Rothschild, a tiny condom guaranteed to fit your little willy nice and snug. The Lonsdale is perfect for you fellas that meet the approval rating in length, but can't quite cut in the girth department. These narrow sheets fit tight and scoff at mother friction. This now leaves us with you boys, like myself, who put condoms to the ultimate test. I proudly present to you the Presidente. We put years of research with the help from NASA, developing a meat shield that can handle any circumstance. We tested these condoms deep in the jungles of the Congo, and the results are astounding. We even have a specialty condom for those of you that like to provide a little secret service to the stink wrinkle. The Toro is an extra thick elastic wonder, assured to handle the extra stress caused by butt sex. Unfortunately, Rothschild customers won't be able to extend their jurisdiction to these, so we suggest to you, just use your finger. Together these condoms create quite the rubber government, and we hope all men and women vote for my product to be erected as the condom of the future. I am Bill Clinton, and I approve of these receptacles.
Look for Billy Bags in a drugstore near you.
I'm Hall of Famer Charles Barkley. You're listening to the Cranial Emission Show. And for three white boys, it's not terrible.
Welcome back to the Cranial Emission Show, folks. Coming to you live from ESB Brewing Company, located here in Tampa, Florida, 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407. 15 different beers to choose from. Come see the ITJ standing behind the bar. The illustrious TJ, also known as the Dark Lord of Something Poured, to fix you one of the 15 fine beers that they have here, folks. So, action-packed show. Later in the segment, we will be joined by Mama J, who is a host of her own radio show known as Mama J Speaks. She'll be joining us. I believe she won an award. Didn't she win an award?
She did win an award.
So she'll be with us at the end of this segment.
Yeah, I think she did. I caught one of her shows. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it.
But one of the things, if you're watching on the video camera and you're wondering why Joe and I are becoming so much more hirsute lately, wondering why the beards are growing longer, if you are wondering, you probably need a wife, but we are getting a little hairier because of the playoffs. At first, I thought with Joe was a playoff beard, but you're actually continuing to go with it.
Yeah, I'm trying to save money on razors. So, yeah, it's first attempt ever at a beard.
But it is the NHL playoffs, as Mike or Miggy so eloquently hummed the Hockey Night in Canada song.
He did.
And, disappointing for us Lightning fans out there.
Very disappointing.
We certainly didn't expect a sweep. I didn't expect the Lightning to go very far in the playoffs. Admittedly, a very young team, trying to build still. They got some pieces in place. But the loss of Ben Bishop was one loss that was too much to overcome. All the injuries that they overcame, whether it was Stamkos, whether it was all these different injuries they had before that. Then the loss of St. Louis. Every time they responded by winning. But when they lost Ben Bishop, that just seemed to stop all momentum.
Yeah, when Ben Bishop got hurt during that Toronto game, he just recently came out and said he dislocated his elbow. And they rushed him back to the locker room and they popped it back in before too much swelling could occur. And yeah, it was he's getting a little surgery to have some stuff repaired. And he was planning on coming back after Game 6 if that would have happened. But
oh really?
Yeah, Montreal got the best of us in that series pretty much start to finish.
Yeah, they did.
You had a situation with Anders Lindback as the backup goaltender, who during the very small sample size of games that he played, I only played I think it was 16 or 18 games, something like that. It wasn't very many.
Yeah.
he had basically an 89% save percentage.
Yeah.
And that was exactly what he wound up with in the playoffs as well. The sample size that you saw was exactly what Lindback is. He's really not somebody that should be a backup goaltender in the league. Certainly not a starter of any caliber in this league.
No,
and
he's an okay backup at best. I mean, he tried his best. I mean, with what he
did.
had, but I mean, you can't play. I mean, you can play above your status for a little bit.
And the
but when
defense
you're-
let him down.
Yeah,
admittedly, the
really dropped
defense
the ball.
really failed him. Puck possession was a huge problem with the Montreal Canadiens. I mean, they were
honest at all times. I mean, they outplayed us from start to finish.
You know
we
what
had two awesome, amazing periods, and there's some really. We're going to get to the calls, obviously, but there were some really bad calls in there also.
Oh, yeah, that was real bad calls. But did you guys notice that it seemed to me that Anders Lindback doesn't play the puck as much as Bishop did. Bishop spends a lot more time, and I think that really screwed with their defense. I really think that when Bishop would go back there and grab the puck and get it back out.
Well, that's what happened when Mike
it
Smith
helped a
was
lot.
here.
Right.
The defense wasn't trained in playing with a puck-handling goaltender who was a hell of an asset. I mean, that's your sixth guy.
Right.
And if he could shoot the puck, I mean, you saw Mike Smith score a goal at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
and then he also had more goals than Claude Giroux at one point.
But you look at the playoff competition with the Lightning, and losing Palat temporarily hurt us. But depth was an issue, and I would argue that this is a team on the rise, certainly, but it's just not there yet. So, unfortunately, they couldn't at least win a couple games, at least bring it back to Tampa, get some excitement going there. But look, admittedly, they weren't going to go far regardless.
What I think the problem is that Stamkos can't grow a beard.
This is true.
It's going to be a problem in the playoffs. If he can't grow a beard, how are they going to, maybe this is an issue. We got to get him some... maybe
Rogaine?
Something a little more
he gives a Rogaine for his face.
See, I'm working on the Radko Gudas beard here.
Oh, man.
I'm working on this, and I'm not going to shave right now.
I'm not really scared of your beard, though.
But you know what? The Habs are
Scared
still...
of his beard.
The Habs are still in.
Oh, he's flopping, dude.
I'm going to... No, you know that they're my second favorite
Okay,
team.
on to the Columbus and Pittsburgh.
But I do think the Habs have a chance of beating the Bruins. If any team has a chance of doing it, they gave them fits during the regular season. Granted, Detroit did too, and they're already down 3 games.
Provided Milan Lucic doesn't stab them all in the nuts with his hockey stick.
Well, he says he's not a dirty player.
He's a rat bastard.
Well, speaking of dirty players, did you guys see that Matt Cook situation? Matt Cook...
He needs to be out of the league.
In the NHL news again, another dirty hit for Cookie. And this is a guy that... why is he still in the league? Seriously, I mean,
you saw the last one where he allegedly accidentally came down on back of Carlson's ankle and tore his Achilles tendon.
Right.
It cut his Achilles tendon. I don't know, man. That looked pretty deliberate to me.
Yeah, it takes out Tyson Berry. A tremendously detrimental hit.
Knee on knee check, and he's a young guy. Berry's a young guy, and he did.
Devastating loss for the Colorado defense. Matt Cook now in Minnesota. But the guy is just such a dirty player. Every team he's played for, he's constantly in trouble. And here he is again. And to me, the 7-game suspension he received for that knee-on-knee hit, to me, was light.
Yeah, that's light.
They
you look at the
kicked him
fact
out
that
for
he's
the
a repeat
playoffs.
offender, he should have been out.
Oh, yeah,
The
absolutely.
whole playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think he deserves to come back. Just briefly back to Milan Lucic. You know they gave him for that spearing incident where he speared your boy in the gonad. He got $5,000 fine.
What?
That's pocket change.
Yeah, it really is.
What does that keep him from doing it again? Oh, here's another $5,000 fine. Like, well, whatever, pocket change. Anyways, but back to Matt Cook, man. He needs to be out of the league for good.
Well, and he's claiming that he wasn't trying to hurt him, but you saw flat out where he stuck his knee out. So, yeah, this is a guy that his credibility in terms of whether he has intent to injure or not, he has none. There's no credibility there.
Yeah, they don't need. This really is no place for this in the league right now, man. I mean, hockey's got a great product right now. It's going up, and I mean, nobody wants to. You can't be an athlete trying to end another athlete's career. There's no place for that in any sport, really. You're supposed to be, somewhat.
But he wasn't trying to hurt him.
Yeah, okay.
Man, that's a bunch of crap, dude. That's like damage control afterwards. You really effed up, so you're gonna go ahead and
It's PR, right?
Yeah,
There's enough
PR.
injuries out there.
BS.
You don't need to make them. You know what I'm saying? These guys get hurt plenty enough. You don't need a guy out there trying to take. Like I said, man, these guys should be in some kind of brotherhood, man. You can't be trying to take out your brothers.
Did you?
813 New Talk is the number that you want to call if you want to be a part of the debate when it comes to the hockey. And you look at the playoff scenario, and there's really some surprises there with the matchups. I'm frankly surprised that San Jose is up to the way they are. Now, granted, the Kings finally represented yesterday.
They kicked their ass yesterday.
Yeah. But they were getting blown out in those games.
Oh, yeah.
And some of these matchups, what's surprising to me as a whole, I don't want to break down every matchup, round for round, but what surprises me as a whole is the level of offense that you're seeing in this playoffs. You're seeing a lot more goals scored in this playoffs than you saw in playoffs past.
Yeah, a lot of late goals, a lot of last-second goals, like in that Columbus-Pittsburgh game the other night that went into overtime. I tell you, Brandon Dubinsky and I tell you, Fleury, junk. Fleury sucks. I don't care what anybody says. Fleury is not good.
That late goal that he gave up in overtime.
Well, back to the Brandon Dubinsky goal with
Right.
20 seconds left.
Right.
He played way out of the net. Really bad attempt to play the puck. And Brandon Dubinsky just buried it and then pretty much shooting a dagger right into his heart.
Cost it up with 20 seconds left.
And you notice for Fleury, any adversity comes his way, he just crumbles.
Yeah, he does.
And then very shortly into overtime, who was it that took a shot from the blue line? I could have stopped that shot.
Atrocious. I can't. I mean, that goal. As a minor league goaltender, if you give that up, you're getting laughed out of the building, let alone in the pros. You know what I mean? That's not something you're giving up.
Maybe he lost a contact or something.
He lost a contact.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm sure he's got LASIK.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was really bad, dude. Blue line, come on, man.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
Well, guys, as we teased, we do have a guest to bring on here. So if you guys want to flag her, Mama J. Oh, Mama J.
Mama J.
Come and join us, please.
Mama J from Mama J Speaks on TalkWatchStudios.com.
The esteemed Mama J is joining us here at ESB Brewing,
How you
waving
doing?
at the camera.
How are you?
The award-winning.
The award-winning.
Award-winning.
The
Can
Talkie
you believe
Award.
it?
You should have brought your award.
I thought about it, and then I
You didn't want to be too cocky. I hear you.
That's okay. It's never stopped us.
Yeah.
I have my moments. Of
Ben
being
does
that
like
way,
to toot
but-
his own horn on occasion.
Toot toot. Hey, you don't talk about what I do behind the closed doors.
I was going to say something.
But you guys were really awesome when I met you.
Well, thank you.
It
I
was
don't
so
remember.
random.
As opposed to now, we're not awesome now, are we?
No, you still
We,
are.
we enjoyed the libations in full effect that we had at the Tampa Pitcher Show.
He was actually running the kitchen
I
at
was.
one point. He was
Really?
inside the kitchen at the Pitcher Show.
Tiffany, the waitress, I was flirting a bit. So
He was like,
Did you get her number?
No, but I got what I wanted. I got my drinks poured nice and heavy because I saw her
Yes,
at one
you
point
did.
going.
He was
like,
actually.
yes, you are.
He was channeling his inner Dalton from Roadhouse.
Oh,
Yes, right.
gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I caught a couple of your shows, and what show really struck me was one of my favorites. Mama J Speaks, of course, on TalkWatchStudios.com. Check it out. Was the
Thank
show where
you.
you had the end of life coach on there?
Oh,
I really enjoyed that
yes.
show. I really
Marika.
enjoyed that show because I didn't even know there was such a thing. You know, you hear of life coaches and stuff all the
Right,
time, and
right.
that was a pretty entertaining show. And it
Is
seemed
this-
a very emotional show for you too.
Yeah, it was because, well, not a lot of people realize this, but I had been with Talkwad. This is actually my second year with them.
Oh, really?
Hold on. Tell everybody where they can find your show while you're talking
I
about
did
that.
3 times already, Ben. Thank you.
Oh, you
Thank
did?
you.
I didn't even hear that
Hey,
part.
Bang, keep with it, buddy.
Thank you, Sancho. Thank you. Have you met Sancho? You haven't met
Hello,
Sancho.
Mama J.
Hello, darling.
How are you?
How are
He
you?
likes to flirt with the guests. Just
Nice to
FYI.
meet you.
He's
And
new-
now he's single. He just got dumped earlier in the segment.
Easy,
so.
buddy. Easy.
He's newly
he
single
doesn't
now.
want to talk about it, so end of
No,
life.
I'm good to be rid of her. She's a horrible person. She had me deported.
Yeah,
All right, buddy. All right, get back there.
relax.
Very
Hold it
sensitive. Very sensitive young guy. So, you've got this show going on, and I understand you've gained a lot of momentum, I'm assuming, with this award. So what's
I
next?
certainly hope so.
So what's
Yeah,
on the
right.
horizon for Mama J? I mean, first of all, explain to the listeners out there what your format's about.
My format is actually about. Let me break it down for you, okay?
All right, I'm not gonna go with that again.
I am a retired massage therapist, and I massaged thousands of bodies over the past 15 years of my life. Okay? And when I started getting back into doing the internet radio show, because I took some time off because I lost my father and I lost my little nephew, and that is a huge grieving process, and we're still dealing with it, and that's why I did have that end of life.
It was a very good show.
And everything. But my format is about massaging hearts, minds, and souls, and opening people up by sharing their personal stories and finding that everybody has their own spiritual divinity within themselves and helping them to reconnect with their highest good.
Yeah. So your show is like the complete antithesis of ours. You actually like try to help people and like do something useful.
We do nothing of the sort. We just maybe, actually, no, we heal people's funny bones.
Well, I
We're
use
very good
humor
at
as
that.
well. I mean,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
many times have you actually watched one of my shows and you're actually cracking up laughing?
I was
because
laughing, yeah.
I'm a quirky person.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because everybody has their own path to healing. So it's like you kind of have to, you got to dig into that person a bit and find out exactly what they're all about to try to find where that path is going to be to
Right.
lead them to it. It's just really cool.
But the wonderful thing about my show is that everybody comes on my show and they get all about them, and I talk all about them, and they share all about them. But then I found those little nuggets of where they're showing their divinity or
Right.
practicing their spirituality or bringing it into their line of work or their daily lives and everything like that. So I want to really inspire people to know that despite the darkness, despite the crap we all go through, we are very good and loving people within ourselves. And it's about finding self-forgiveness because we carry a lot of shame about who we are as people. It's like a generational, societal thing. And that's why we have this entitlement mentality.
It depends on who you ask, though, because the three of us clearly have no shame.
None.
If you listen to the
I'm
show,
ashamed of my ex-wife.
well, you have a lot of shame, Sancho. But I'm
No.
talking about the triumvirate. You should be very
I
ashamed.
dive off 80-foot cliff.
Oh, I know, but you're 4 foot tall. You should definitely be very ashamed. But the rest of us don't. The triumvirate really doesn't have a lot
You
of
were
shame.
acting very bad last night. You drinking very bad.
That's true, and I'm not ashamed.
You're acting the fool.
I was, and I was enjoying every moment of it. I have no shame at all. I could care less.
You picked me up and put me on pool table.
Well, you're very portable. You're 4 foot tall. Sometimes I just want
You're
to
like a lucky leprechaun.
I mean, he's
No,
adorable.
Spanish.
He's adorable. Sometimes you just want to put him in your front pocket and just carry him around.
I am not a squirrel from half baked.
Oh man. Anyways, well, yeah. See, this is it. We're healing with comedy.
Yes.
We're healing with comedy.
That's what I love to do anyways. I mean, I've done a little bit of stand-up here and there.
Really?
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, and those really sleazy places where I'm like, okay, people, where's your sense of humor? I know I might be. But actually, I'm such a smart aleck. People did respond with some laughs. And I'm like, okay, no tomatoes were thrown at me. Woo.
It's like a Blues Brothers scene, you're like with the chicken wire.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, you're getting glasses thrown at you.
Or in Roadhouse, where Don Healy or
Jeff Healy.
Jeff Healy was behind the.
That's two Roadhouse references.
Yeah,
in
huh?
one second.
Hey, we love the
Did you
Roadhouse.
guys just watch that show again?
No, we just love it.
Oh,
we love
you
the
just
movie.
love it?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze was mighty sexy back
Yeah,
then.
what about Sam Elliott and that great in the great
Well,
mustache?
yeah, if you're
and
for
Sam,
that type of guy.
Sam Elliott's got a great mustache. And, who's in the movie Roadhouse?
You got a few crumbs in it, Sam.
I was also in the movie Mask. Anyways, so that's what I really like. I really like your show, and I was like I said, I caught a couple of episodes, because I didn't want to just be like, "Hey, your show's awesome," and not even watch it, which would be kind of silly.
And what was the award? I mean, come on, you got to brag on yourself a little bit here. What was the award that you won?
The award was, even to my own surprise, Best Spiritual Talk Show.
There you go.
Sweet, because there was a couple up there. There wasn't just you. I mean, that was not like
and the funny thing was, I went to an event called Evolving Tampa Bay, and the one consciousness shift. That was one of the people or one of the shows that I was against. It turns out I know personally that person.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and
that's
I was
cool.
like, oh my gosh, I beat you? And
I know. I was up against Zach, and Zach's a funny little dude, and
Yeah.
I felt bad for winning, but because I mean, I'm just.
He's a great kid.
I
He
love,
reminds
I
me
love
of
Zach.
my oldest
he's,
son.
He's the vociferous big bear, we call him.
Yeah.
And
B-double-B.
he
But
got-
he didn't really feel that bad. He's lying.
No, he didn't feel bad at all.
No. I mean, I would have loved to have him get that award because he's worked hard. I mean, he produces a bunch of shows.
No, we do love Zach.
Yeah, I
yes.
love
On
Zach.
this show,
I
we're-
love him. He's like my adopted son.
Yeah.
You know,
He
'cause-
calls into the show. He
We
calls
are
into our
very
show,
pro
yeah.
Zach. We are very pro.
Yes.
We are very pro Zach. Nice.
You know, we have a prescription for Prozac.
Okay, very nice.
You know, Joe. I realize you and I are the only ones that don't have talkies here at this table.
No, he does have a talk. He's got for best show.
Oh, okay.
right.
So
Yeah.
you're
He's
gonna
part
share
of the
that one.
trio.
Best overall. We're triumphant.
You know what? You know what, Chris? We just told you that we have no shame. Why are you trying to impart shame onto our friend Reverend Joe?
It's not about
Yeah,
the
you
awards for
jerk.
me.
Quiet your face.
You know,
Yeah, he's very jealous of you, by the way. You know that, Sancho.
I'm not jealous. I'm better than him.
Oh, you think so? 'Cause
Yeah.
We didn't have this. We didn't have this glorious
Hey,
setup.
Chris, when's the last time you dive off 80-foot cliff in Acapulco?
Hey, when's the last time you grew
When's the
2
last time
foot
you
1
bucking
inch?
bronco on a sheep?
When's the last time you grew 2 foot 1 inch?
I'm 4'2".
Hey, but I got 2 feet and 1 inch on you.
So what? I jump off 80-foot cliff and you never did.
I fly
Okay.
planes.
All right, you guys. You know what? Enough with the
Damn it.
enough with the measuring contest over here. Seriously. But you know what? We are up against it. We're running into a commercial break here. You guys are killing me. You know,
Mama J, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Thank
and
you for
I
having
will
me.
keep on your show, and I will watch more. I thought,
real
I found it
quick,
very enlightening.
real quick, plug when everybody can listen to your show. When can they find you?
You can find me on Thursdays with Mama J Speaks Unlimited from 2 to 3 p.m. And then Late Enough with Mama J from 7 to 8
She's got
p.m.
2 shows.
You got 2 shows?
I got 2 shows.
What's the second show about? I didn't even see that one.
It's the taboo. More of the taboo-ish
Hey,
type stuff.
right
Oh, it's like our show.
Right up my alley. Thank you.
really? So
Yeah.
taboo stuff. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm all about taboo.
Very nice.
Taboo.
I
More-
just haven't found enough of the. I mean, I have my musicians and my artists and people, more right-brainers on that show. But if there's a few wild willies that come on,
Speaking of Wild Willies, we've got some great stories tonight. I think you might enjoy. You might want to keep the young one inside because it involves
Taboo.
certain devices found in fish off the Norway coast.
Yes.
really,
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
A fish has
interesting.
enjoyed
Very
a little,
Easter Bunny-like, actually,
an
because it
electric
involves
device.
rabbits.
Wow.
No,
wow.
not that one. That one involved a codfish and a
Yes.
a device.
It looked
that,
like a rabbit,
for pleasure,
yeah, if you know what I
if you
mean.
may.
Jackie, what's up, girl?
Oh, Mama J, also known as the Risque.
Oh, risque, Mama
You
J.
got a new nickname.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part of the show.
Sensuality, spirituality, and humor.
The RMJ over here, the Risque Mama J. Guys, we got to get into a
Thank
quick commercial
you.
break. For all you craniacs out there, stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Comrade, are you a wealthy man like myself, afraid to commit to marriage, fearful you wind up in courtroom next to Heather Mills? You work hard all your life, why you should forfeit half of your rubles if it doesn't work out, huh? A glorious 5-year plan, mail order brides, you will not have to pay arm and leg if marriage crumbles like Soviet Republic! My name is Boris Kuznetsov. I am previous owner of professional KHL hockey team in greatest league in world. During my time as owner of Dmitrovgrad Dictators, I realized some of business principles found in sports could be applied to love life. In Russian KHL, if you invest in players who no longer perform, we let contract expire. We do not do the same in marriage. Why? A glorious 5-year plan, mail order brides, we arrange union between shrewd single businessmen with eager young women from Eastern Europe. Take the lovely Svetlana from Siberia. This mobile 19-year-old farm girl is ready to please even the most elderly of men for rich Western lifestyle. After 5 years, the contract expire with renewal option. If she keeps icing the puck, she's out of luck, you know what I mean, huh? She don't want to go back to Siberia. It's as cold as walrus nipple. Or how about for you, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Katerina, who is former Soviet gymnast who just got released from corrective labor camp after 10-year sentence for making Russia look like toothless babushka in the 2002 Summer Olympic Games. Imagine what this little tart will do to your balance beam for a taste of Western freedom, huh? At Glorious 5-year plan, we pride ourselves on gorgeous, collective of eligible and desperate women. So why not call me, Boris, at 1-800-RED-WIFE for free consultation. Come, be part of the people's revolution against conventional matrimony. And remember, at Glorious 5-year plan, we might be Russian, but we don't believe in redistribution of wealth. Aye, okay?
I don't see no reason why I can't listen to the Cranial Mission Show with Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T.
Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show, folks. Coming to you live from here in lovely scenic Tampa, Florida. ESB Brewing, the esteemed halls of beer greatness. 15 different beers to choose from, and you can find it here at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Suite D.
407. What accent was that?
Hey, it's Australian, mate.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Crikey.
Put some shrimp on the barbie.
Crikey, it's a sweet day.
By the way, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Cranial Missions Network. Go on Twitter, where we're now updating as well, thanks to Miguel Hito, at Cranial E. Find that. And go to facebook.com/ESB Brewing Company and keep up with the trends and the different things going on. All kinds of events. Can't wait for the Brews with Attitudes event.
Yeah, I'm excited about
May
that.
15th at Pepin.
Yeah. I've never
Tuesday
been there.
night. That's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it is, man. And for all those who don't know, throwing another shrimp on the barbie, a barbie is actually a grill. You throw another shrimp on the grill is what it is.
I think everybody knows what that is.
Well, some people don't, Ben.
I thought I thought you put a shrimp on a doll. Is that what it? I thought that's what that was.
I put a shrimp on my nuts.
No, don't do that.
813 New Talk is the number you want to call if you want to be a part of the show. And this, Joe, I know you've got a surprise in store for us today. You and I talked about this before the show. I'm going to introduce this a little bit. No, but I'm going to introduce this a little bit. Last couple weeks, one of the big fans of the show, a friend of the show, Lou Bob Jenkins, a contributor as well, calls in all the time, does different segments for us, is now staying at Joe's house, staying in his backyard in his fifth wheel, and has continuously invaded your privacy.
Yeah, he's in my house all the time, dude.
And subsequently has embarrassed you in different ways. I understand you've got a little sweet revenge in mind.
What?
Well, dude, I've actually been locking the door on him, and then I found out that he was actually crawling through my dog door to get into my house because he needed like sugar or something like that. So he was gone getting new supplies for his mattress restoration business. I guess he had to go get some more Febreze or something. And I started digging around the fifth wheel a little bit. Homeboy doesn't have a doorknob on it.
You were snooping him like he snooped you?
I went
no.
So
What'd you find?
I found this box of all these videotapes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did you watch them?
Yeah, well,
what were they? All right, go ahead.
Now, were they VHS tapes? Were they beta? I mean, like
it was VHS. Yeah,
say Lou Bob. I mean,
but you know, I have a clip. I can't actually. We can't play. I can play the audio, but I can't play the video because. Yeah, there's some. It's a naked Lou Bob in bunny ears, and I don't think anybody wants to see it.
Well, it is Easter. You know, we just did have the Easter holiday, so it is in the spirit.
So I thought this was appropriate. That's why I brought this one in.
It sounds like embarrassing serendipity.
Oh, no.
It seems like I'm getting revenge is what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. So, Chris, you got that queued up over there?
I do, buddy.
All right, this is actually from the video. It's Lou Bob. I guess he just got out of jail, and he was come home to his ex-wife, no longer his wife.
Well, this is a number of years ago, right?
Yeah, this is when he was still married to Bobby Lou. And, he's serenading her. So go ahead and play that clip, would you please?
Oh, man. Damn, baby. I haven't seen you so long. I can't believe I just got out of prison right before Easter. I mean, it's like a holiday or something. So, you know what? Just to get you in the mood. I mean, I ain't in the mood to mount. Okay? But, just to court you a little bit, I have a little Easter song for you. Okay? No one's looking around here. It's just you and me in the bedroom. Alright? I'm going to sing the song for you. Oh, hey, before I do that, I'm going to put on them bunny ears right here, okay? All right, here's little bunny ears now. All right, I kind of thought this whole thing out while I was in prison. I had enough time to think about this now. So, hold on just a second. Here we go. Okay, hold on. Here comes Lou Bob Cottontail. Finally got released from jail. Bippity-boppity, I'm going to have my way. Bringing Babaloo a toy, above all Lou Bob's bowels of joy, things to make her case her say, okay. I'm gonna spread the rose of Bobby, roll the rinse of flour too, gonna make a real slap and give you Easter body too. You know what? I'd maybe say Spartan helmet. I mean, goddamn. Hey, you know what, Bobby? I'm ready. I don't know about you. I know you should be as excited as I am because, man, it's been a while. I mean, it's just been me and some dudes for about 6 months. So let's get it on. Happy Easter.
Wow.
So what'd you guys think about that?
Oh, my God.
You guys can
that
see
was the greatest thing I've ever heard.
You've seen the video, right?
Dude.
So, I wish I could have
got nothing back. You got him down that one.
I
man.
wish I
Oh,
wouldn't have seen the video while you were playing the audio, but It's quite disturbing. I'm not sure what's more disturbing: a naked Lou Bob with bunny ears,
or him naked and hopping around,
or naked Bobby Lou
God.
waiting for Lou Bob.
They're probably equally.
She was coated with something white like flour.
I don't even know what that means. I got a feeling we're gonna get some kind of reaction from Lou Bob down the road. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, he's at my house right. He's probably in my house listening to it right now as we speak. So
yeah,
whatever.
Sitting on your bed naked.
Dude, I gotta hide my beers. I gotta hide the beers, and I gotta hide. He eats all my.
Did you get one of those
hard-boiled eggs for some reason? Every time I hard-boil some eggs, they're gone. He eats like 12 of them in one sitting. I don't know what he's doing.
Is that what that smell was when we?
Yeah,
came
dude. The whole house. He starts farting and smells like. Oh, it's just bad.
But like we talked about, this is the Easter season, and we've got a slate in this segment of Easter-related stories.
I've got some
all
good
of which are very disturbing for you young listeners out there.
Well, no, there's only
If
one.
we
and
have such a thing.
there is one, and he's inside, so
There we go.
He's safe from our debaucherous natures. But
That was wise.
So
That was wise.
In Henrico County, Virginia, on April 21st. Of course, is Easter last weekend, so
Right.
everybody's doing a little fun, little egg hunt. What now?
Oh, you said there's another young one outside?
Oh man! Well,
earmuffs.
Well, they are at a place where we're doing a great show, and we're just gonna have to keep on keeping on.
And you know what? That accent fits in nicely with the story that we're about to talk about.
Gotta break them in sometime.
Because with Easter, sometimes it's not just about the bounty that you collect when you open an Easter egg. Sometimes it's about the knowledge that some people try to impart upon you.
So in Henrico County, Virginia, on the 21st, the parents around the county started finding Easter eggs on their lawn, in their community during their annual Easter egg hunt on Sunday, with like white power messages. Like the racist guys came in and replaced some of the eggs with racist messages.
Okay, that's pretty stupid.
So you open up the egg and you'd get stuff like diversity equals white genocide and all this other stuff. Mass immigration, forced assimilation of non-whites into our land, genocide.
It's like Camel cigarettes figured out a long time ago. You got to get them while they're young.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So were these all in white eggs?
Dude.
I'm assuming they weren't colored eggs.
It's funny that you say that because no, they were not. It's a very diverse collection of colored eggs.
Well, I thought diversity was bad.
Isn't that contradictory?
Yeah, that is contradictory.
It's white genocide.
Well, not if you put a bunch of different colored eggs. So
I mean, it's in some ways you get messages in eggs, and God knows you don't want that kind of message, but sometimes you bonus out. I mean, sometimes you find an egg and you wind up getting a little buzz out of it.
Well, when you pop open that egg and there's a couple jelly beans inside, and
usually a little sweetheart
and
or
a
something,
nice multi-segmented Xanax bar, so this mom at Huron, like Lake Huron.
Spit it out.
Park Elementary School in Roseville, Michigan. Everybody brought in a bunch of a couple plastic eggs with little
treats,
little yummy things inside, and they're all taped closed so the kids don't open them until they bring them back and they can count them.
They got to find them. It's probably like they hide them around the school or something.
And
right?
this mom had opened the egg, but her 4-year-old daughter found alprazolam, which is a generic version of Xanax.
It's actually alpha prozolam.
No, it's alprazolam. There's no alpha in there.
My bottle was alpha prozolam.
Hey, you seem to know.
I get the generics.
Hey, Sharon is Karen, Ben.
Hey, man,
Sharon is Karen. I got anxiety.
I have a
back
doctor.
spasms.
I don't have to consult with the Easter
said you
Bunny
had-
for my prescription. I just go straight to the source.
You said you have anxiety.
And what it probably
Oh, boy.
it was somebody who was preparing the eggs and accidentally mixed the candy with the candy.
Maybe it was for the teacher. Teaching kids. Maybe she needed one. I mean, that's gonna help.
That's a pretty vital Easter egg if you're a teacher of children.
This is true.
So I mean, I guess it could have been dangerous though
But
if
at
the kid
least-
would have accidentally consumed this, right? I mean,
Well, there could have been a dead body,
right?
Exactly.
just like this next story.
It's a lot better to find a Zanny or even some racist propaganda than is
Yeah.
defined in the
Will the triumvirate please report to the table?
Okay, well, welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show. A little bit of technical difficulties. We had a power outage here at ESB Brewing, which, by the way, is located at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D, 407.
407. Okay, well, back to the story. At least she didn't find a dead body.
Exactly.
All
That's
right.
right where the power went out. That was like the mood killer. It killed. We're talking about Easter.
So this is another. This is my last Easter story for the dead. Well, actually, no, I take that back.
Well, we've got a couple after that.
Oh yeah, my God, this is a whole segment of Easter
This is,
stories.
exactly.
good
So
stuff.
get to it. Chop, chop.
Knoxville, Tennessee. This woman is having a little Easter egg hunt. Her and her little son. She's searching for things, and under her porch, she happens to find a dead body.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, Tara Hanuskova. Tara Hanuskova, okay?
Sounds Chinese.
Sounds Anatoly Karpov.
So this chick's digging for Easter eggs.
No. She's just walking around with her little son, and then she started smelling something. She started walking around. She's like,
Oh, so this wasn't an Easter egg hunt. This just happened to be on Easter.
She was hunting for eggs with her son.
Oh, she was? Okay.
Keep up.
All right.
Keep up now.
Sorry, I had a power outage.
I know. So her, so she ended up seeing tennis shoes under her crawl space of her deck while hunting for eggs with her son, and her son didn't notice the body, but so the police kind of went in the house and were real discreet about it, so they wouldn't traumatize the little kid. And the lady was really, very, very happy with the police that the son had no idea. So it was one of those deals. And the deaths will be listed as natural causes until something finds.
But
out.
how the hell did the body wind up under the porch? That's what I'm wondering.
They have no idea.
Maybe
somebody just
And
crawled up
it
there
was
and
a man.
died?
It was a man. Yeah, man.
It's probably a homeless guy looking for a place to sleep. I mean, we actually had that happen at a restaurant that I worked at. We thought the bathrooms were stinking up, and
no.
Yeah, they crawled underneath the building to see what it was, and there was a dead bum in there. This guy actually, they had moved the house, and it had a fireplace in it, right? So you have a hole where the fireplace still is. It didn't work anymore, so they just covered it with slate. Well, this guy figured out how to crawl up into the building. It was a bar, and he was stealing liquor all the time from the bar.
What a genius!
I'm telling you, they literally found him. He was dead underneath there, and there was probably about 150 empty bottles of vodka.
Good for him.
Because he finally got his dream. But people die a lot on Easter, I guess, man. I got a story here about this. It's a neighborhood. This was in New York, Gloucester County. Anyway.
Gloucester?
That's what I was going to say, Gloucester.
The Cheese family from England listens to this show, and one time we mispronounced that, and they called to correct us.
Yeah.
We've learned that it is Gloucester.
And we just want to wish the best day to connect after.
I'm actually, this was the prosecutor, but this actually happened in New Jersey in Washington Township. But this neighborhood, you know how some neighborhoods will have like big Easter egg hunts for everybody.
Oh
in the neighborhood?
yeah, like a neighborhood party. Yeah.
Man, well, there's about a couple hundred people out there looking for all these eggs when they noticed a team of like 23 skydivers coming down, and one of them looks like he's unconscious and flailing through the air. Well, his parachute never opened, and right amid their little Easter egg hunt, he landed on the ground in someone's backyard. Yeah, absolutely.
I thought he landed as in he flew in and landed.
No. He died right in the middle.
There's actually a technical term for when someone fails to deploy and they hit the ground. It's called a bounce.
Yeah.
Is that the technical term?
Because the body actually bounces.
Yeah, a lot farther than you would think. Remember Faces of Death? They had that in that movie. You literally bounce like a couple hundred feet in the air.
So these
Yes,
kids were out there.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, you do. It's like
So
a
let me
rubber
get
ball.
this straight, Reverend.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
These kids were out there foraging for their Easter eggs.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a body bounces in their backyard right in front of them.
What if he was dressed as the Easter Bunny? That would have been a really crappy day.
Yeah,
That would have traumatized a lot of kids.
As the guy just not falling would have traumatized him in the first place, right?
I mean, if you think about it, Easter is a colorful experience, so they did get to enjoy a variety of
colors,
of hues from the rainbow.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean,
internally, yes.
And then they open up the eggs and find a whole bunch of white,
Xanax.
Yeah.
Or Sopran. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I guess the guy was experienced. He jumped hundreds of times. They don't really know what had happened that made whether his chute opened or not. They can't really tell.
I mean, Easter is an artistic occasion. You know, back in the day, prior to the plastic Easter eggs. Nowadays, everybody seems to be indulging in the plastic Easter eggs. You see all these different colors. There's no effort. There's no creativity put into it anymore. I mean, I remember being a child. I'm sure you guys do as well, where you actually painted your Easter eggs.
You used to get that stuff called Paz.
Right.
And you would dip it in your little, like the little wire thing, and you'd put half the egg in.
There was some artistic effort put into it, and look no further. You know, you look at these gallery artists now, and everyone's always looking for an angle now. There's these new art forms, people trying to make a name on different ways to approach art. And this woman here, she takes the cake. She decided for an Easter art exhibit to paint using eggs filled with color that she expelled. What's the technical term I'm looking for? From her
snooch.
Is snooch the technical? I was going to say vajayjay.
Or you could say snook.
That she actually expels from her vajayjay onto canvas to make paintings.
Well, you saw that one lady that was with Lady Gaga.
So she put dye inside of the eggs.
Inside the eggs, she then delivers said egg onto canvas.
She laid eggs.
She laid eggs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. So
onto a canvas, exploding with paint.
So very. Who was that? Who was the artist I'm thinking of that did the splatter works? Crazy guy.
Pollock, Jackson
Pollock. Yeah. So it's very Pollock-esque.
You saw the lady with Lady.
It's very pelvic-esque.
Hey, you saw that chick that went on stage with Lady Gaga who was drinking this green stuff, and then she was getting sick all over Lady Gaga, and that was her art.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, anything for a headline, right? When it comes to these artists, I mean, and I gotta wonder. Look, here's a picture of her right here. You see that? She's all covered up. She's standing above these two scaffolds, and just depositing these.
Those are little giants with the scaffold attachments, Ben.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good ladder. You can buy that on an infomercial.
Yeah, those damn things are heavy as hell.
But wait, there's more.
I don't think they're going to sponsor us considering the segment, but but anyway, guys, we are up against it. We are running into another quick commercial break. For those that stayed through the power outage, thank you so much. Be right back after this. You Craniacs, stay with us.
Stay.
All right, man. ESB Brewing commercial. Take one.
Patrick Stewart presents the Patrick Stewart ESB commercial, starring the great Patrick Stewart.
Hey, Patrick?
You will address me as Sir Patrick Stewart.
Okay, Mr. Sir Patrick Stewart. Can we dispense with the introduction and just do the commercial the way it's written, please?
My contract states I have some creative license with this, considering I'm not even getting paid.
Yeah. Just take it from the top. Sir Patrick Stewart. ESB Brewing commercial, take two.
This is Patrick Stewart for ESB Brewing. I remember in primary school when I had my first pint of ale, leading me to a 68-year love affair. As a young lad, I was precocious and mischievous.
Oh, for Christ's sake, could you get on with it?
Yes, ESB Brewing brings me back to the jolly good days of my youth. Visit ESB Brewing and purchase a cold pint today.
And that's a wrap. Was that so hard, Sir Jackass Stewart?
Mind your tongue, you barbarian!
Pardon our advertising. At ESB Brewing, we spend our money on beer.
Okay. That's the spot. That's the golden ticket. Grandmama, no!
Have you ever been detected in the middle of self-gratification? The scandalous looks from family members and friends who have caught you in the act could lead to years of mental scars and embarrassment. The Fapper, an advanced masturbation protection detection device. Here at the Fapper Corporation, we are using Class A laser technology to build a safe and inconspicuous early warning alert system. Our patented Fapper system includes setup directions, 2 monitoring units, and a discrete earpiece that will alert the user before privacy has been breached, providing ample time to pack up safely. Contact us today and receive the Fapper system for only 7 payments of $777. But wait, there's more! Call now and receive a second Fapper system and 2 free big whammy shammies. Just pay separate processing and handling. Visit thefapper.com.
The Fapper system was just voted Innovative Product of the Year by Sex Tech magazine.
It's superfan Felix Cowell here for the Cranial Emission Show. If the words triumvirate gets you sparky in the South, then listen to my boys, Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T. Friday nights from 7 to 9. Smooches.
Welcome back to the Cranial Emission Show, folks. Coming to you live from ESB Brewing, the tasting room itself. ESB Brewing Company, located at 333 North Valkenburg Road, Suite D. Is that African Suite D?
That was Suite D.
Suite D 407, by the way, is where you find the illustrious TJ standing behind the bar. The ITJ can serve you a pint of ESB's finest, also known as the Dark Lord of something poured.
Well, you know what? We just had our first live listener was listening on YouTube and heard about it and came down to get one of the Ragnar lagers because it said it sounded really good because apparently it's the name of the guy from the Vikings show.
Right.
So we have our first listener coming into the bar. We need more of those people, guys. Come on down.
You know, Viking shows have become very popular, and you look at the taste, the proclivities, if you will, of TV viewers. And there's a lot of desire, obviously, some pent-up demand for these historic type of shows where there's conquest going on.
Yes.
And, you know, history is rooted in that.
Just like the Inquisition.
Well, exactly. History is rooted in that. And you look at the Inquisition and the after effects that it's left. Case in point, this next story. You're welcome, Mickey, for setting it up like I did. Bam, just served it right up to you. That was an Adam Oates assist. Right there.
I'm gonna hand this one off to Joe because it's very near and dear to his heart. No, not Ali, but
There's a town in Spain. It's called now, mind you, I don't speak any Spanish. It's called Castrillo Mata Judeas, or something like that. And basically, what it means in English is Castrillo killed Jews.
So that you're saying that this would be a very, very friendly town for me to visit?
No, I mean maybe today, but not.
Oh God, I'll never go there.
In 1492, you might have had a problem because I guess the Ferdinand guy, the Archbishop Ferdinand and Queen Isabella, during the Spanish Inquisition, they exiled all the Jews out of Spain. I wasn't even aware of this. They told them all to get lost or change to Christianity, and it seems that the ones that didn't leave were burned at the stake. So I guess the name's pretty appropriate, be called Kill Jews, but I guess it's up now, and the new they're trying to revamp, get a new image on their town. They don't want to be known as the place that a bunch of Jews got killed in.
I'm thinking for tourism it would be a good idea for a name change. It's just, you know, I mean, I'm no PR expert, but I'm thinking it'd be a good idea.
Well, there is a bunch of Jewish people living in the city, and they say, you know, it's still a little thing. But what did it take them this effing long?
It's been 400 some years they've been talking about this.
Why did it take this long?
I guess
that's insane.
I don't know, man. Maybe they, I guess it's their name. You know, it's kind of like the Washington Redskin thing. People don't want to change it, but it's kind of offensive to some people. So
I would say that it's several degrees more severe than the Washington Redskins.
Yes.
Not to diminish the plight of the American Indian.
Sir, where do you live? Kill Jews. What?
So they're planning on.
Kill Jews.
They wanted. I guess the mayor's trying to get everybody to change it, but he's got to agree. I guess they're having a vote, and they want to change it to the Jew Mound instead, because there's a mound in the middle of town where they actually settled.
Well, didn't it say?
So they want to change the name from Kill Jews to the Jew Mound.
Well, Jew Hill is what they.
It's called the Mound. Is what they say right here, man. It's the Jew Mound. Yeah.
That was their bright idea.
Yeah, but that's the translation. But it's like the Jewish Hill.
Well, that's what a mound is.
Well, yeah.
I mean, unless you're talking about pitching, maybe there's a lot.
Unless you're talking with nuts, then it'd be an almond joy.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point. But yeah, this is the Jew almond joy, I guess.
I mean, religion spawns some strange ideas at times. You see some wacky stuff out there.
Yeah, lots.
And this was a weird campaign to me. You look at the current situation with religion. You look at the loss of support, and so they're trying to come up. All these different churches out there. They're trying to come out with these different campaigns to bring in people. You know what I mean? They're trying to get the younger generations into this stuff. But I found this approach to be quite interesting. The outreach is apparently extending to the sinners out there of the world.
Well, they need church. Well, you know, that's what they say. You need church more if you're a sinner, right? If you didn't sin.
This church in Portland, Oregon, or Oregon, whatever you're from, then.
Yeah.
This members of a church in Oregon. Let me get the name of the church here. Sorry, I dropped the ball on the name. Cedar Hills Baptist Church. They want to deliver a message of love, hope, and transformation to the strippers.
Dude, I think this is a genius idea.
They want to take baked goods and cupcakes and stuff to the strippers to tell them that they love them, and then they're not forgotten, and they're still a part of the community.
They're just
even though they're defiling their own.
I mean, strippers need love too, guys. Everyone knows. That hold on. Everyone knows that the only reason a woman becomes a stripper is to work her way through college.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. But you know what, dude? I think this is just a ploy to get into the strip club for free.
Exactly.
Like, I got some brownies.
I always thought about to get in the strip club.
Yeah, it's like, we love you. And listen.
Oh, Father, Son, and the Holy Jesus.
For the Baptist church, this might be a big move, because what if some of these girls decide to come to church? Well, that's gonna have turnout's gonna be big on the male side after that, right? I mean,
they might be turning out.
I might go to church if I knew there was a bunch of strippers there.
Well, I guess there's no more need for the altar boy.
Oh, you dug deep on that one there, Mr. Wild.
That was right. You know what? Yeah, well, that wouldn't be the first time when an altar boy's involved, but it's
Jesus Christmas.
Oh, but you gotta.
Oh dear God, for God today.
But you gotta figure there was a sigh of relief collectively from all the altar boys out there, at least in Portland. At least in Portland, when they saw that, they're like, "We're off the hook."
Oh, thank goodness.
$5 in a pack of Skittles.
Ah, Father, Son, and the Holy Biscuits. There.
Hey, you can't touch me there, doctor. You're not a priest.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and leave this subject. We're actually gonna.
Well, this is one of my favorite stories.
This is so good.
This is one of my favorite stories. I mean, and you got to figure that the outreach in Portland when they're reaching out to the strippers, that's kind of a small outreach.
Yeah.
And this ties in very nicely with our next story, because speaking of small outreach, Brooklyn is holding yet another pageant, and they've been doing this from year to year. It is the smallest penis pageant in Brooklyn.
So, dude, are you going back up to defend your title?
I walked right into that one.
Are you going back up? Did they invite you?
And now, when I walked into that one with the smallest penis, you have to walk very closely.
You do.
You have to really lean in for them to notice.
So, is there any, like, who was the winner last year? What was the measurement? I mean,
Sancho Sanchez.
It doesn't give us the measurement, but the winner was Nicholas Gilronin, which I can't believe he actually allowed his name to be published.
Oh, bless the boy,
For
Nicholas
this,
Gilronin.
I'm surprised that his last name is Gilronin. I was expecting him to be Asian.
Oh, well, that's pretty stereotypical there, Ben.
But June 14th at Brooklyn's Kings County Bar, there will be another pageant, the smallest penis pageant.
I wonder what the talent segment's going to
Now, now let me ask you a quick question. Is this before arousal or after arousal?
So you're trying to say you're a grower, not a shower?
No, I'm saying... What?
I think he is. I think that's exactly what he's saying.
He's like, because it's small at first, but, after.
The funny thing is, my roommate the other day, because I have the remote for the TV, and he's like, well, Mike, there comes a time in a man's life where you unfortunately see your friend's junk. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, I knocked on your door a bunch of times, and I figured you weren't home, so I came in to get the remote, and you were sitting on the couch and legs spread, snoozing in front of the TV.
With your junk hanging
With my
out?
junk out. And he said he just dropped his head and got the controller and walked out.
So I'm assuming
he's the first man ever to see my junk.
I'm assuming that was the impetus behind why he enrolled you in this competition.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you're going to take it for the Cranial Mission show? Go up there, man. Win it. Bring home the gold.
We're winning a lot of awards. It's only fitting that you go up there and win this one for us.
You know what? I'm going to absolutely, I'll put a big old bag of ice on my crotch so it just gets small. Maybe it'll become an innie like a snail and it'll just go back into its shell.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, does the room temperature play a factor in this competition?
Oh, you're darn right it does. You got
Humidity?
to go in the freezer and get that thing as small as possible. How do they measure? I want to know. Tell me something about
With
this.
a microscope.
It doesn't actually explain whether they measure from, like, do they take into account just the shaft or do they measure below? Because there's different arguments about where you're supposed to measure from, the stem or the shaft.
Yeah, well,
I think at that point, I think when you're talking about where you measure from in the smallest penis contest, I think you're really getting into some minutia.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you about the minutia we're talking about. Joe and I got into the thing last night where he wanted to sell his balls, right? Remember we were talking about the guy who sold a testicle for $35,000,
Right.
$70,000 for two.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a bargain. You get a bargain. What if you were to get rid of them? Where would you measure from then?
Taint.
Huh? Would you get rid of the skin, or would you just add the skin to it?
I think you go from the taint then. You go
from the taint.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a huge
bit.
I think you guys are really just fishing for something else to talk about.
Yeah,
seriously.
that's right.
Speaking of fish.
Oh gosh.
Be careful what you fish for. We have this picture here. Chris, go ahead and put this on the screen for all you video watchers of the Cranial Mission Show. A man is fishing for cod and finds a surprising additive.
Can you make that picture any bigger, Chris, by chance?
Not if it's in the pageant. He can't.
Oh.
Let's see what we can do about
Let's
that.
see what we can make. Okay.
So the fisherman Don Freeland was fishing near the small village of Iklabakkel in Rockland Municipality in Norway. Okay, we'll go with that.
That was good. I'm gonna block your faces except for mine. It
was a good
No, you can block all our faces because I want people to see what's going on.
right.
So this guy pulled up a cod, and upon preparing it, of course they got the fish and they clean it all out, and then they throw it on ice and they get ready for market or wherever they're gonna bring it. And he found a big red dildo in the fish.
So is that technically a cod piece?
Look at how happy he is to find that fish too. Look at Bjorn. He's just like
fish he's happy about.
Oh, look what I found right here.
I can't believe he's actually touching it.
Oh, the missus is gonna
He
love
probably
it.
should have worn the fishing gloves with that.
Look at his fingernails. You think he's really that upset about touching that? His fingernails are black, dude.
Well, now how did the dildo get in the fish?
I don't know. Fish need love too.
Yeah, but
I believe that's specifically the rabbit. I think is what that is.
That is the rabbit.
He said the fish might have thought it was, and then cod are one of those ones that just and they suck in the things. They don't have any teeth, obviously, and they're not biting anything. So he thought it might have been an octopus leg or something like that. And cod are known for eating octopus, so he thought maybe he just ran in there and sucked it right up.
Did you say octopus?
Oh,
if I was going to walk into a show do an interview, I can't think of a better story to lead into my interview.
Actually, you remember the story you led into Alex's interview the other day.
I speak of Trina Fallon. I think she's outside. Is Trina outside
Trina
right now?
Fallon, come on down.
Oh, there she is. She's outside at the tasting room here at ESB Brewing Company.
And when we say come on down, we mean come on down, Trina.
She's got a cheering staff here. Wow. This is impressive. Wow. A cacophony of clapping going on
very
here
nice,
for
very
the show.
nice.
Wow.
Do you bring your posse with you?
You are beloved, my dear.
I paid them all.
Yeah,
and you should have, because that was a rousing.
Wait,
reception
stop the
that you
interview.
got
Stop
there.
the interview. You paid them?
No, actually, I didn't.
Oh, I was gonna ask for money. Damn it! God, we're gonna get it right off the bat.
We are joined by Trina Fallon, who hosts her own show. She has basically a television show.
Yes, it's a talk show.
It's a television talk show. And where can they find it, Trina?
Okay, what they can do.
Break it down.
Break it down. Okay, right now, you can go to www.starcombstudios.com and you'll see all of my episodes posted. You'll see my blog and every way you can connect with me online. Just saying. And then also you can follow me on Facebook. You can follow Starcomb Studios on Facebook, or you can go to Art and Soul, Trina Fallon, one word, on Facebook, like it there, and see me post an entire week's worth of information on my guest.
Trina, what is blog? Is it naked pictures?
Yes, usually it is.
Is that what blog is?
No,
but,
Sancho.
But
it's
not for mine.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
There's no naked pictures,
What is
Sancho.
blog?
It's like a diary on the email type thing.
Oh,
Just
sorry,
because
I
you're
thought it was
single now.
inappropriate.
Just because you're single now doesn't mean you need to be.
Usually it is, though. You're on the right track.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
the internet is for cats and
Trina.
Wow.
Trina,
Sancho.
don't encourage
Dear God.
Sancho.
Dear God, you know he's
irrepressible.
He will alienate every guest we have on this show. I'm pretty sure from now
Sancho
on.
will, yes.
Leslie really wants to talk to him. I hope she does.
He's a total perv. Don't encourage Sancho. So, tell us about Art and Soul. Give the listeners out there, the Craniacs, the followers of the Cranial Mission Show, a description on what they can expect when they go to watch Art and Soul.
Okay, so essentially, Art and Soul is a talk show that I started where I focus and feature a creative professional in the local Tampa area. I find out how they got started and what they're doing now. And what I do is I like to find creative professionals, whether you're a chef, a florist, a mime, a writer, a podcaster, a blogger. It doesn't matter if you have creativity linked to anything you do, and it is your craft and your passion. I want you on my show. I want to talk about your journey. I want to let people know how to connect with you.
Now, tell me about the mime. How would that work exactly?
Okay, so we would talk about why.
No, you said talk involving mimes. Mimes don't talk. So
Now,
how's this going to work?
Well, what's funny is, that's a very good question. Mimes are actually real people. I know it's been the subject of debate.
No, they're
for
not. They have no soul. They're like gingers.
No. Actually, I think you may be
It's
right.
mostly French Canadian.
Actually, I think you may be right. So maybe not mimes. But if you're a mime, let me test whether you have a soul. Come on the show. We'll talk about it, and we'll find out.
No, you won't talk about it because he's just gonna go.
There hasn't been a good mime since Marcel Marceau, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. But
did you just cite a good mime?
He
You actually
did.
knew the name of a good mime.
I want to
I am
high-five
French,
him.
stupid.
Of course you are. I knew you were gay. I'm sorry.
You're French too, dude. You're from.
No, I'm not French. I just lived in Quebec. There's a difference.
You smell.
That's why I'm more masculine than you.
Oh, whatever.
It sounds like this show might be kind of informative for younger people who are trying to figure out how to get into what they want to do.
Thank you for saying that, because that is precisely my intention. Because here's the deal, and correct me if I'm wrong, and if you're watching the show, please, find me, find them, put comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've discovered that when you're a creative person, usually if you say, hey mom, I want to be an actor, I want to be a writer, I want to be whatever, they look at you and they go, oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
And that's a stigma.
They try to discourage you.
They try to discourage you.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. The world needs art. The content that you create, the content we all create, it comes from a very real, very vulnerable place. And you know what? We put it out there with courage, bravery, and self-doubt. And we overcome that. And I feel like that if parents knew, if students knew, if children knew how people have gone before them to create this craft, they would have more respect. And that's kind of what I want to do with this show.
You know what? I'm really inspired by what you just said. And so I'm going to ask you, I'm 40 years old, but I need you to come and talk to my parents and explain to them that I'm not wasting my time with this show.
I would 100% do it. And I'll tell you what, if I don't convince them in 15 minutes, honey, then I will just dye my hair blonde with a mohawk.
because I've got goosebumps right now. My nipples are hard from that explanation.
But it's true.
Bang,
I really appreciate that because that's exactly what I wanted to do. It took me a long time to
You
finally
wanted to
find
make my
the
nipples hard?
courage. Yeah, but don't tell Josh.
Okay,
That's my husband.
Oh my God!
He's standing right in front of you, by the way.
Oh.
Well, I
So
I
awkward
watched.
right now.
Like I said, I'm not just gonna go and we'll get you on here, and I'm not gonna watch your show because I watched a couple of your shows. I really enjoyed them. I really enjoy how you're not just like, it's inside the actor's studio with James Lipton. So excited about everything.
Why do you sound like Patrick Stewart right now?
Patrick Stewart's
I am
hot.
not.
I'm just
I
gonna
am
say
not
that.
the great Patrick Stewart.
No,
Would you
but
like Earl Grey?
Earl Grey.
No, but I watched the show and you're talking to these people like just everybody else, because when it boils down, we're just regular people. Everybody's regular people except James Cameron, but he's whatever.
Yeah.
He's just
The
he's
exception.
the king of the world, but whatever. And
You had a point, right?
Yeah, the show I picked up on that I really enjoyed was the director.
Yes,
producer,
Chris Lito.
Chris Lito, who is from Reaper Studios. He started Reaper Studios. And that was really cool because my friend Jamie was in that movie, and I found it fascinating, him talking about how he got started and then how he meets with other people, and he's worked with so many different people, and getting professional actress who was about worthless, when she actually came in, which I thought was really funny because, we've done some movies, Ben's done some, I've done some, and we're going to get this guy in a movie very soon.
Some of them actually weren't gay porn. It was only a sample size. We were in college, and we really needed the scholarship money.
I was trying to pay my way through college.
When blood wasn't cutting it.
It's just like strippers. It's just about going to college. But.
I sold 4 pints of blood one day.
No, but this actually seems like you kind of lay a little blueprint out there for kids because it's not the easiest information to find.
No.
When you're like, I want to get be in a band. Well, or especially directing movies. I mean, how do you get to that point?
Exactly.
It's really difficult, and unless you somehow luck into it or go to school for it.
Now, guys, real quick, we got to go into a quick commercial. Now, we're going to come back from the break, and we're going to pick this back up.
Got it.
Okay, so for all you out there, you Craniacs, stay tuned because we're going to have part 2 of the Trina Fallon interview.
Trina Pardue.
After this.
From the creators of Backwoods Casino and Dumpster Wars comes a reality show that hits you right where it hurts. Critics say Dive Bar is an up-close and personal diary of the marinated underbelly of small-town America. Dive Bar cuts through the smoky haze, exposing the lives of the workers and patrons of Lulu Bell's Packaged Liquors and Lounge. This is real Dive Bar action.
Red, honey, you know there's no sleeping at the bar. I'm sorry, Lulu Bell. I got no other place to go. You know my old lady kicked me out.
This is real Dive Bar action.
That is a load of crap. What do you mean you don't take EBT?
This is real Dive Bar problem.
I don't give a shit if she's my mom or not. I'm gonna kick her ass.
This is real dive bar romance.
Goddamn! You going home with him or me, you junk tease?
This is a real dive bar.
Catch Dive Bar every Tuesday night at 8 on the Bootleggers channel.
Are you tired of riding public transportation and bumming rides from friends? Let Wang & Wanda School of Driving get you off the bus and behind the wheel. Wang & Wanda will help you get your license with one easy lesson. Our instructors are as good as it gets when it comes to operating a motor vehicle. Wang has years of experience from driving in the most populated areas in the world. And Wanda's defensive driving skills are second to none with her lifelong experience of driving in the hood. Take a listen at these two in action.
Okay, roll your speed. Turn your brake on and take a left at the right.
Which is it? Left, right?
I said right at right. Off at the rubber guard. Pull over and let me drive.
Safety always comes first with Wang & Wanda.
Okay, honey, just get in the left lane. Let's keep it at 40 now.
Speed limit's like 65.
Don't you sass me, white boy. I got no insurance on this car. I say drive the car 40, you drive the goddamn car 40. Break that son bitch off.
Wang & Wanda will teach you their special techniques, including wide right turns, rolling stops, driving and texting, sudden merging, and getting your lean on. You'll also master disrupting four-way stops, driving slow in the fast lane, not using your blinkers, and a full array of vulgar hand signs. Visit Wang & Wanda's driving school online to get started today.
I got these three friends I think you all should know. They are the hosts of the Cranial Emission Show. You got Ben Charles, Miguel Hito, and the Reverend Joey T. Like Friday nights from 7 to 9 at ESB. So tune us in on your radio, because I know you'll love the Cranial Emission Show.
Welcome back to the Cranial Emission Show, folks. The penultimate segment of the program, coming to you live from ESB Brewing, located here, scenic Tampa, Florida, 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407. Yes. A rousing raucous of support here. The ITJ standing behind the bar to serve you, the listener, the Craniac, that wants to come up here and try one of their 15 different beers to choose from. The illustrious TJ, also known as the Dark Lord of Something Poured. If you want to be a part of the show, you want to call him, you can do so 813-NEW-TALK, because we are joined by Trina Fallon, host of the program Art and Soul. And also, you know what? She is a woman of many hats, because she's not just producing, writing, hosting the Art and Soul show. She's also involved with all kinds of production work for different endeavors. And one of the things that I found most intriguing was this pilot that you're working on for the program that you call Hooked. Superstar!
Yes, that is absolutely correct.
Wow. We're about to have another power outage here at the Cranial Emission Show.
Wow. It's electric in here.
Yeah, that's actually, I've got the writer and the director and the lead actress of the series Hooked. We're filming a teaser, and we're going to pitch it, and it's going to be locally filmed and located in the Central Florida area. Hooked is a web series about addiction, essentially, in the 1920s.
Ooh,
so
wow.
Just think about it's like Breaking Bad, but make Walter White a woman.
Ooh,
just saying. In the 1920s. So and it's got a great story arc. I really love the direction. And what I really love about it is that it's young students recently graduated from film school, pursuing their dreams, organizing everything. When I met these guys, they came to my house, and their poise, their dedication, their ambition was so impressive. I said, "What can I do to help you?" And they're like, "Well, actually," and they gave me a list, and I've been working on it, and so they're here tonight, and that was everybody that screamed.
And then, I got to see. You sent me a sample of this. I got to see the. I'm gonna wait for them to stop cheering because these guys are contagious over here. I'm getting excited. You can always tell. I'm not gonna stand up right now.
Keep it cool.
But no, I got to see the. Although if I was in Brooklyn in that pageant, you'd never even notice. But I got to see. I got to see the pre-trailer.
Yes,
I
the
guess
teaser.
this is the
The
teaser
teaser.
trailer,
Mhm.
and I really liked the way it was put together.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a nice artistic effect to the whole thing. Very cool concept. Explain to everybody what the whole concept of this is.
Well, the whole concept of the show, or it's going to be a web series, is it follows Mason Looney through his journey into this kind of dark underworld. And, I'm not going to give away too many details, but it brings into question the things that we all become addicted to. For some people, it's power. For some people, it's love. Some people, it's drugs. So it covers the spectrum of addiction, and it tells a dark tale.
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I really like that. I mean, you don't read too much about that type of stuff in school books and even on History Channel. You don't catch too much about the addiction. I was really surprised when I started reading more about it, how much was going on back then as far as, I guess, heroin, morphine.
Oh, yeah.
Laudanum.
Lots of that stuff. I
You
mean,
you look at what they could get
Opium.
just in mail order. Back in the
legal.
day, they could get everything legally through mail order.
Well, morphine was the first ingredient ever. Actually, the FDA was created because of morphine, and they was the first ingredient that was ever mandatory that you listed on the bottle what it was.
Right.
Because the addictions were horrible back then, and I find it really interesting that actually back then, people, once they were told that morphine was bad for them, because they just thought pain was pain, and if you got rid of pain, that's all you had to do. But once people in the 30s started figuring out that it was bad for them, they literally policed themselves, and morphine addiction went away without the government really having to interfere too much.
I mean, there still was an underground issue,
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
underground issues, just like the opium dens. A lot of the Orient region, where the opiums were really bad. They did the same thing. They policed themselves a lot, but then it all went underground, of course, into the opium dens, and the opium houses. So you had a lot of that same things going on in the United States too.
But this deals more with other issues, though, like you're saying, like love and power.
Right. Yeah. So a lot of the characters, they're going to have their own crosses and struggles. And so what's great about it is it's a web series, and any good story arc has struggle and redemption, and there's plenty of room for that.
But I understand that you did submit this to, what was it, NBC?
Yeah, it's going to be pitched as soon as we get it filmed, and that's what we're getting ready now. As a matter of fact, I think we're meeting tomorrow to talk about the shoot dates, and they've already secured a home somewhere, and I think Orlando. It's an antique. When you have a home and it's an actual historical landmark, you apply for it. Right. They got approval to use that site. It's an 1820s home for their film.
That was my next question, actually. I was curious as to how hard it is to film a period piece, because
it's daunting. That's the other thing. I mean, I don't know if this is their first production or what, but I'm impressed. They were like, yeah, let's do a period piece straight out the gate. And I was like, wow. And they've got so much of it together.
Have you seen the Heritage Village over in Pinellas County?
Yeah.
They have a ton of old buildings
right off
and
of
stuff like that.
Walsingham, yeah.
Old barbershops, and
Yeah.
I actually did a photo shoot there with my friend Felicia. That was my first ever photo shoot, which
that was gay porn too, by the way.
Yeah.
Period porn.
It was really cool, and that
It
place
was
has
period
got
porn.
a lot of 1920s, 1930s stuff over there. So that might be something you could look into.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
They have a barber shop, they have a post office, a police station, old mechanics garage. This is really cool. So you might want to check that out too.
Oh, absolutely.
Heritage Village.
Well, Trina, we are so pleased that you got to join us, and we're up against it with time. But thank you so much for being a part of the Cranial Mission Show. Tell the listeners out there again, where can they find Art and Soul? Where do they need to go to find the show?
If you want to find the show, and if you're on Facebook, go to Art and Soul, Trina Fallon, all one word. Like us there. You'll find everything there. If you're not, and you're on a website, go to www.starcombstudios.com. Starcomb, like a star in the sky, comb, like a honeycomb.com, and you can find it all there.
And we are all unemployed actors.
I can fix that. I'm just saying. Give me your information. I'm working on a lot right now.
Awesome.
Maggie's resume is just filled with fluffer experience. So if you're,
well, can we get it one more time for Miss Trina Fallon? Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Wow. Superstar.
Jeez.
Thank you, Trina, very much.
That was great.
We will see you soon.
By the way, if you guys work for cheap, we want you to follow us for all our shows from now on. So
yeah, it's like I'm gonna get you, sucker. We're not gonna have our own theme music. We're not gonna have our own cheering section. Is
exactly,
what we're
exactly. I
Well,
tell
thank
you,
you very much.
moving on to another segment. You know who could use a cheering section at this point? The Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah, they're playing right now. I guess we don't have anything up knowing what they're doing. They're in
I'll pull it
Chicago.
up right now. I'll tell you what they're
Just
doing.
don't pull it out right now.
Yeah, don't pull
We don't
anything
want to
out.
send you to Brooklyn in the next contest.
But I'll tell you what, man. The Rays are having they're having a typical Rays season. They're having these games once again, and this is several seasons they'll do this. And they'll
This
score.
is not a typical Rays
It
season.
is though.
Joe.
Well,
no, the pitching is decimated with injuries. It's not a typical Rays season.
okay, I was talking more about the hitting. I wasn't getting into the pitching yet because obviously there's issues there with 3 of their starters out, 2 not coming back till June, and 1 probably never coming back this year anyway. But their hitting's been so hot and cold. You know, they got these the 0-run games, 1-run game, and they have a 16-run game.
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
It's really it's like they only all hit at the same time.
The Rays right now winning 4-1.
There we go.
They damn near came back the other day. I was actually listening to the game while you were watching the
It was
game,
excellent.
and I called you up and I was like, dude, are you watching this effing game? And it was really, really weird.
Yeah, they had a couple chances there, man. I think towards the end, Will Myers was up, bases loaded. They could have did something.
Who made that crazy catch in the outfield?
That was
Jennings?
Desmond Jennings,
Yeah.
who other than that catch had a horrible game.
Yeah.
He popped up twice on first pitches with people
Yeah.
on base, 2
Yeah.
outs, and he really did not have a good game at the plate. But he did save a couple runs, which it turned into nothing at the end.
But pitching, the injuries, the attrition that we're seeing has been a huge issue for the Rays. But the predominant issue really has been the hitting for the Rays. It's been very inconsistent. They were on fire in the preseason.
Yeah,
As
they
soon
were.
as the regular season started, though, they cooled off. But now I have to ask you, Joe, after that 16-1 blowout that we saw of the Yankees, do you feel like the hitting's back on track? It does seem like since then they're starting to manufacture some more offense.
Yeah, I think the most important thing with the Rays right now is, they have a lot of inexperience up and down the lineup, but in my opinion, what they need is they need Evan Longoria, they need James Loney, and they need Ben Zobrist to be hitting in the 280 to 300 range.
Yep.
If those guys can stay somewhat solid, you can have your other hitters, because Will Myers is still learning. They've been pitching him outside, and he's having a really tough time.
He's been
with outside.
struggling, yeah.
From righties, outside breaking ball is not doing so well at all. And De Jesus, who I like a lot, he's starting to pick it up. He actually had a couple good games because he hadn't hit in quite a while. But those 3 guys I named are the 3 that are really going to have to get on base here and there, so that actually quite often, and it seems to be doing so. I think Zobrist is right about 303 right now. Loney's in the 250 range, and Longoria's still hitting well over 300.
I was hoping Loney, because when Loney came up the other night, man, I was like, oh, come on, dude, let's go. And nothing happened, and he struck out.
Yeah, I love that guy though. He is definitely
he's awesome.
He's an excellent hitter. I mean, as far as you can't anywhere you put the ball, he goes to left field so much as a left-handed hitter, and that's so hard to pitch to.
It really is, because pulling to the left field, I mean, you get more hits like that sometimes than anything else.
As we talk about many times with hockey, we talk about the sacrifice. You talk about sacrificing your body,
talk about
doing
hitting.
what you have to do to win a game. But in baseball, it's quite rare when you see a guy sacrifice the body. It kind of reminds me of Corbin Burnson's role in Major League. He wouldn't stand in front of the line drive, wouldn't take the hits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Baseball, oftentimes, these guys are labeled as prima donnas. Whether it's right or wrong, oftentimes they are labeled that way. But there's a player here playing for, who is it, the Astros?
Yeah, the Houston Astros AA team.
And this guy is anything but a diva.
Yeah, Delano DeShields Jr., he's a minor leaguer, and he just became an internet sensation the other day after being hit in the face with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Oof.
And we're going to go ahead and drop the photo up here for you just so you can see what the
look
hell's
at
going
the
on.
before and after on this.
You might want to be sitting down if you're watching this. Here we go.
Man.
Dude, that is so brutal, man. Oh, God. You know how much that
So
hurts?
what you guys are seeing is the before and after. He's a pretty handsome gent, and man, it looks like he has been stung by a bee and he's allergic. That is just a mess. 90. So you imagine taking a 90-mile-an-hour slap shot, and you saw how Getzlaff took that one to the face
Right.
not too long ago. So
We
you
saw
obviously
R.J.
see-
Umberger take a puck to the face last night.
Yeah.
But all of that pales in comparison to what you're seeing with Delano DeShields Jr.
Yeah,
whose father, by the way, quite successful baseball player.
Yeah, Delano
in
DeShields.
his day,
Yep. But he ended up breaking his left cheekbone during the game, and he went on to comment.
Luckily for him, dude, and that's one good thing about, because if this was like Little League, the kid's got to go in insurance. But at least this guy's got the back of the whole team, and their medical staff and their trainers and everything to get him back on. But I'll tell you what, hard to believe that. I don't know how easy it would be for me to get back in that batter's box afterwards. You
gotta figure he's going to be
like when Alex Cobb got hit with that line drive.
You got to figure he's going to be gun shy.
He's going to be, dude, anything brushing him back, he's not going to be happy about, dude.
But baseball, hockey is one thing you expect it to be dangerous. Baseball, not as much. But golf, on the other hand, is certainly not a sport that you expect to have some hazards.
No. Oh, well, there is hazards, but sand traps and water, not physical hazards.
Not anything that's actually dangerous to your person.
Right.
Now, this I don't know if you guys have heard about. There's these new kind of breed of bees, Japanese hornets. Have you guys heard of those bees?
Yes, I have.
And they're freaking huge.
Really big.
Their stingers are 4 millimeters.
So the size of Ben's penis.
Wow.
Actually, my girlfriend's here. She will debate that.
Thank you.
By the way. She's looking right at me.
She is a master debater. Thank you.
Oh. Now you see why I date her.
Okay.
Master debater, you see why you date her. Anyways, Pablo Larrazabal.
You know what? You are like, some people might say you're
May
the
I?
E.E. Cummings
May I?
of the internet
May I?
radio.
May
No,
I?
I guess. I guess
May
I'll
I?
let you.
May
Yeah.
I? Thank
I'll
you.
let you indulge. Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Mother, may I?
So go ahead.
You know what? You're tripping me up. Thank you very much.
Anytime you want to talk now.
Pablo
Larrazabal.
Let's go while we're young. Come on,
Man,
seriously.
son of a god!
Bang, you're very inappropriate.
Well, what's my name again?
Vladimir Pooping.
I didn't know that there was a G in my name. I thought it was Ben, not Bang.
You know, all this gray I see in your beard, you should be on lemonparty.org.
Is it B-E-N-G or is it B-E-N?
Bang.
It sounds like there's a G in it.
Bang, he's doing story. He's doing story about bees.
You forgot your mustache.
Okay. So Pablo was forced to jump into one of the little water hazards during a golf tournament in Europe because he was attacked by about 30 or 40 giant, huge wasps. Chris, do you get that photo for me?
I don't.
Did he get stung?
No, that was my fault. I don't have those.
Man, I sent that to you this morning,
Whatever,
for God's
I
sake.
didn't have it. Stop crying.
Jeez, dude. Now, all right, you guys are going to have to go to our Facebook page now because Ben was too lazy to go on the website.
My name's not Ben, it's Bang.
Bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
All right, you know what? Hold on a second. You guys keep talking about this story.
Wait, where's it going?
I don't know.
Was he walking off now? Oh, he's going to walk in front of the camera now with the goddamn picture.
I'm going to take my tablet and I'm going home.
Really? Is that what you're going to do? Okay, here it goes.
No,
Yes, we can't see that at all.
Scoot in
That's-
closer, a little bit closer. Keep going.
That's the Japanese hornet right there.
There it
that
is.
banned the golf course.
In all its glory.
It looks, kind of pissed off.
Yeah, it looks dangerous.
That's remarkably much larger than your penis, Mike.
So what happened to the golfer? Did he get stung? Or did he avoid...
That golfer, he got stung a ton of times. Like, he got really messed up. And he obviously had to back out of the tournament, which he was playing fairly well in. And
He actually had to go and run and jump into the pond.
I would have,
To
too,
evade all these Japanese
I mean,
hornets.
what else are you going to do? Those things are relentless. They will F you up. Because, honeybees, they lose their stinger when they sting you. Wasps and hornets can go to friggin' town on your ass.
Multiple stings.
Yeah, and he got stung and stung and stung and stung. So, poor guy, he's doing okay. He said he's doing fine. He'll get back on tour in no time.
Well, guys, we are up against it. We're going to one last commercial break. After this, we've got one more segment to indulge you with. So stay with us, you Craniacs out there. Listening on YouTube Live. We'll be right back after this.
Howdy, folks. It's your old pal Bubba Clinton here. On the heels of the overwhelming success of my novelty condom line known as Billy Bags, I've been urged by my female constituency to create Dildos, a new line of sex toys for all you tarts, which I personally guarantee will please your lady parts. First up the bat is the JFK. This majestic rubber dong will end any missile crisis blockading your panty hamster. This dildo comes complete with a fully adjustable internal spine, proven to tickle any G-spot. Upgrade to the Deluxe, which includes exploding head action. For you ladies on the go, try the travel size RFK model. A little pocket willie is sure to make that kitty purr. Now for you BBWs sporting a moose knuckle, we got a dildo just for you. The Grover Cleveland is warranted to stretch any meat sleeve. It was designed with new exciting rubber technology that actually expands with contact and moisture. This bad boy will have the fat lady singing from beginning to end. The Grover is for sure to be re-elected to your Oval Office. Next in line is a novelty build-o sure to complete any collection. The George Washington is the first of its kind. A solid wooden dong made out of the finest cherry straight from Mount Vernon. I cannot tell a lie, ladies. I did not have sex with that. Well, I'm just kidding. Use with caution, as extreme friction could cause splintering. These shafts will be a numbered limited edition, so don't hesitate and pre-order one today. Finally, if you like a little kink in the stink, then let me propose to you the Bulldozer, a marvelously designed butt plug with unyielding penetrating power. This fleshy dork screw is equipped with a tightly coiled spring to allow rapid jackhammer gratification. This Buildo even comes with its own operating glove to prevent slippage during accelerated use. So don't delay and order one today. Or better yet, why not nominate all my representatives to be members of your cabinet? I am Bill Clinton, and I approve these insertables.
Look for Buildos in adult stores near you.
There's a blast from the past now. This is Violet, former producer of the Cranial Mission Show. Doing a little station ID for you now. So say it loud. I'm a Craniac and I'm proud. You white people are so damn funny.
Welcome back to the Cranial Mission Show, folks. The final segment of the program. Running a little late. Had some technical difficulties, a little power outage, etc. That's kind of extended the show a little bit, but we are streaming to you live on the interwebs.
Persevering.
On the interweb.
Yes.
From ESB Brewing Company. That is correct, Sancho. From ESB Brewing Company, the esteemed halls of beer greatness that is located here at 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407. 15 different beers to choose from. Get your tookus on up here. The ITJ standing behind the bar, the illustrious TJ, also known as the Dark Lord of Something Poured, will pour you a fine pint of ESB delight.
Dark Lord of something whore.
Poured, not
Poured.
hoard.
Whore.
He's
No,
not
poured.
a whore. He's
Pour.
a
Oh, sorry.
beer
Pour.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, TJ.
813 New Talk is the number you want to call. 813 New Talk. Go to Facebook.com, by the way. Like our page, Facebook.com/The Cranial Missions Network. Go to Twitter. Follow us there at Cranial E. Go to Facebook.com as well and like ESB Brewing Company's page. A lot of different things coming up here. The momentum that ESB is gaining is unparalleled right now. You're starting to see all these different bars where their tap handles are popping up. And then this May 15th, Brews with Attitude at Pepin. That's an event that you do not want to miss.
No, you don't. How much is it? Do you know the stats behind it real quick?
I don't know because I'm kind of a big deal on a radio show, so I get them for free.
Yeah. We don't have to sit with
I
all
like
the
how
other.
you said that so modestly.
Yeah.
I am very modest.
He's modest.
As I explained to Mama J, I don't suffer from any shame.
But you remember before the break we were talking about golf, guy getting stung by some bees?
Yes.
I got a story for you guys. This is something I didn't really realize.
Joe, who is an avid golfer, and by the way,
I actually went golfing last Saturday.
by the way, be wary when you challenge Joe to a driving contest, because if you go to the driving range with Joe, he's like Happy Gilmore. I don't know if that's going to be the case anymore with the shoulder surgery.
No, it's going to get better.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
You know?
It's going to take some rehab.
He's going to be like Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a pretty good driver, actually. And I can do the Happy Gilmore thing. I can crank that bastard.
Can you really?
Yeah, about
I don't
230,
do that,
240 yards, easy.
Well, I go close to 3.
Really?
He does.
Yeah,
he does.
I was hitting when we went there one time. I was hitting him out into
You
the
were
back,
killing
of,
it.
the back of the thing. Yeah, I can.
Really? Let's go golfing.
I can hammer it. Well, I'm supposed to be going golfing, but anyway, let's get back to the story.
All right.
If you
We
don't
got
mind.
some time to kill, man. Let's talk about it.
This
After this, we'll talk about it.
This is an interesting story, man, because I guess police found a pile of like 170 dead dogs, their bones next to them, their skins in there, and this was in Thailand, right next to the Laos border.
I was expecting you to say it was in Sochi.
No, which is curious.
As a
but-
follow-up to our Olympic stories.
But this
go
is a
ahead.
really horrible story. I guess what they do is they want to bring this meat and stuff into Vietnam, where there's a lot of people want to eat dog meat there. I guess so the dogs are being used for that, and it's illegal. But one of the funny parts of the story is they're saying that this skin from the testicles of the dogs is actually what several companies are using for their golf clubs. You know, the golf club, the
No,
gloves.
it's gonna happen to my
Yes,
dog.
it might happen to your
No.
dog. That's what I'm saying. But he's a Jack Russell. He doesn't have a good.
Jack Russell's
he
got
doesn't-
little balls.
Yeah, it would be like a small glove.
He's going to be a cover for the club.
Yes,
Another thing that you and your dog have in common, Sancho.
Yes. So,
No, I have big balls.
I think we should have enrolled Sancho at the contest in Brooklyn, by the way. I'm just
No,
saying.
no, I have huge penis.
Do you know what's hard about the story, though? They say most of these dogs are not strays, although there's strays all over Laos and Thailand. They say that a stray dog is really hard to catch. So most of these dogs that are being used for this stuff are stolen from pet stores or pet owners. They actually go to people's houses, rob their dogs, and make gloves out of their nuts. You know me, man. I'm a big dog guy, right? You know me, man. So I don't.
He has a doggy style.
I don't really like this. I don't like this story at all, man. And I'm very upset. I'm not wearing gloves when I golf anymore.
It does kind of give you a peculiar feeling, you know, the thought that you put these gloves on.
A little prickly.
You think it's going to help you with your golf game, and then you find out that your the integrity of your hands has been besmirched.
Well, you know what really sucks is that
by the dog testicles.
When it's cold out, your hands they get really.
The gloves shrink on you,
yeah,
don't
you
they?
could lose a lot of blood circulation due to coldness because
I mean, do they turn blue?
They do. They actually do. They turn blue. Yes.
Now this is a story. Going into another story. This is a story that I think might upset Sancho quite a bit. It's kind of some shades of familiarity, if you will.
Yeah, this is.
Sancho, you just lost your dog on account.
No, I did not. I called Barry Cohen.
It doesn't mean Barry Cohen's going to get your dog back. It
He
sounds
will
like
get my dog.
Sancho. It sounds like your wife, your ex-wife now, soon-to-be ex-wife, Gloria, sent your dog off to Vietnam in a box with holes in it. So I don't think, despite Barry Cohen's incredible reach as a powerful
I called
attorney here
Manny
in Tampa,
Pacquiao.
excuse me, I don't think he's going to locate your dog. I don't think that's part of the lawyer's services.
Manny Pacquiao can find my dog.
No, man, I don't.
The
Manny,
boxer.
Manny Pacquiao might eat your dog.
No, he's from Philippines. He find my dog.
Yeah, I think they eat dogs there too.
No.
But you know what? This happened to you at the end of your relationship. But sometimes you lose your dog at the beginning of what might be a relationship. Now there was this new.
No, dude, no.
You're not allowed to curse, Sancho.
Stop it, dude. Damn.
Now there was this New Jersey dude that decided to go on a date with this chick. It was a hookup. It was a blind date, and this is in Dover, New Jersey. Guy
Isn't that
was
where you're from, Dover?
No.
Guy was invited back to this woman's house. Okay, invited back to this woman's house. Her name, well, she lives in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Cruella DeVille.
But she doesn't give us the name of the two people. But she invites this man back to her house
for what?
And she decides, well, I'm thinking
Little
it's
rough and
probably
tumble?
for some, how's your father?
Little trade and paint.
A little snooch tickle.
Little trade and paint.
So
little trade and paint.
Maybe she was painting on canvas using Easter eggs. I don't know.
Maybe.
She got the canvas.
But she walks off while he's in her house, decides to freshen up, and comes back to find him gone.
Let me get
now,
into something a little
it's one
more
thing if he
comfortable.
bails on you, but he didn't just bail on his own recognizance. He actually left with her $3,000 TV and her Yorkshire Terrier.
No, that bitch.
And get what her Yorkshire Terrier was named. Violet.
Oh, wow. That's excellent.
Which ties into the show quite nicely, considering her former producer.
Yeah, that is crazy. But so this guy stole her TV. How did he?
And her dog.
Wow.
He decided to abscond with her television, which he must have admired as he sat there waiting for her to freshen up. And then apparently took a liking to her dog.
You know what's funny about
and
that?
stole him as well.
You know he had to take
her
all the,
as well.
He had to take all the cable wires out and disconnect the speakers.
No, dude, those TVs are quick poppers now. You just pull the cables out the back and then pull the plug and you're gone.
I mean, I know, but it wasn't like sitting in a box on her, on her living room. He had to take it off the wall, maybe. Or
Yeah, but if it's on a wall mount, all you have to do is lift it off that wall mount.
that's pretty brazen, is what I'm saying.
No,
though.
it's ballsy.
I mean, she could have walked out and been like, "What's
Let me
wrong?"
slip into something more comfortable. Well, think about it even further. He not only had to carry the TV, he had to carry the dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he put the damn thing in his pocket.
Two
Look how
trips.
small
I think
that thing
it was
is.
He's
two trips.
double-handed
No,
this thing.
everybody in their kitchen's got that big old bag full of plastic bags. He just grabbed a couple of those, stuffed the dog in the bag, tied it once, poked a hole in it, grabbed the TV, out, dude. And every man in the world has got that little clip that you clip your keys onto your belt with, right? Or your belt loop, right? You hook the bag in the. Dude, I could have got out of there in 40 seconds.
I think that's
flat,
called a
dude.
carabiner.
Carabiner.
Yeah.
Do not climb with those, though.
Thank you, ITJ.
Oh,
the illustrious
is that what
TJ
says
bringing
it?
us beer over here.
He's the Dark Lord of something poor.
The ITJ. And, you know, there with this show, we like to talk about so many different things. And the topics just extend beyond the normal parameters. This was interesting to me, but we found out about a woman that was frozen alive by an LA hospital. Now, you go to hospitals for
wasn't just
care.
chilling?
You go there for care. The notion that you're going to go there and be treated and somehow be cryogenically...
Well, no, she went. They stuffed her and they thought she was dead, right?
No, this is happening. She was actually pronounced dead. Maria de Jesus Arroyo, 80, was pronounced dead at the White Memorial Hospital.
But she was just chilling.
Yeah, she was chilling. It's in Boyle Heights, so this is like in LA or somewhere.
Oh, I got a boil on my ass.
But I guess what
it's a frozen boil, actually.
When she was sent, she supposedly she was pronounced dead, and they put her in a cooler there, and they sent her down to the morticians. And when the morticians go to unpack her, she's flipped upside down, which they were like, well, why is she upside down? They're usually face up. She's face down, and she had a broken nose. Her fingers were all messed up, and her hands were bloody. So basically what happened to this lady is, after pronounced dead, she woke up, found herself in a freezer, tried to claw her way out of this box that was her tomb, and literally died in there. No, can you imagine?
Have you ever seen the movie Serpent in the Rainbow by Wes Craven?
Yeah,
yes.
How they
Great
buried
movie.
him alive?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's nuts.
Yeah,
dude.
but so I guess the LA County is allowing the family to sue now. They're saying, yeah, this is a good...
Are they? They're going to allow them to sue? That's very generous of them.
Yeah,
I mean the woman tries to claw herself out
Like
of a frozen, basically,
Did, like, the
the
HKG
cooler sleeves that they have.
What interests me in this is how long did they wait before they pronounced her dead?
Well, I mean,
not long enough, clearly.
Obviously not long enough. Yeah, they don't really say what happened. I guess what had happened was at first that they tried to sue at first. And
Yeah,
and
see,
the
what
judge-
had happened was
the judge went with
that's
the
bull.
hospital's attorneys, and then they said the second suit was filed too late. So
Where's Deputy Dave Thomas when you need him to do an investigation?
I'll say she was just chilling.
Can you imagine though? This has got to be like the worst way ever to go. I got to be one of
Nah,
those.
dude, getting burned to death.
Well, they say freezing's kind of nice. You're supposed to catch a really good buzz before you go
Well,
out.
she obviously did. She buzzed her nose and buzzed her
Yeah,
fingers
but
up.
She was obviously scared. Or
No, it
something.
reminds me of that episode of the Dukes of Hazzard when Uncle Jesse and Boss Hogg got stuck in the safe.
That's
and
right.
They were freezing to death and running out of oxygen. You ever seen that
Yeah, I
episode?
have, of course.
Wasn't Lulu Bell in that one?
Yes, actually, Lulu Bell was in that one.
Now she owns that packaged liquors and lounge we get a commercial for. Soon.
But you know, whether you stow away in a frozen sleeve inside a cooler, or whether you stow away in an airplane and then freeze your ass off. This story
Yeah, why?
made national
You stow
headlines. A young man who was 14 years
15.
old, 15 years old, decides to run away from home. And a lot of media has covered the story already, but
train never coming back.
this guy goes to a San Jose airport, I understand.
Santa Clara, California.
Santa Clara, California, goes to the airport and decides to stow away into the wheel well
Yeah. So he basically walked up, climbed up on the
of an
wheel.
airline. Now, this is an airline headed for Hawaii.
Hawaiian Airlines, as a matter of fact. Yep.
Come on, I wanna lay
So
you.
it's like 5-hour flight. The guy was in there for 5 hours. They say when he got down to the ground, I mean, he passed out while he was there because there's no oxygen at
Well,
that,
it's
at that
also
height.
cold as
I mean,
hell.
you're going up to
Cold.
30,000 feet, so your body's starved of oxygen. On top of that, it's
Temper-
amazing he didn't go
temperatures-
into hypothermia.
Yeah, temperatures about
they
zero.
say he should have died, but apparently as soon as they took off, he passed out and then woke up about 20, 30 minutes after they landed.
An
It was
hour after. Yeah, which is surprising me because you got to think, all right, he's in the wheel well, right? The plane's landing. It's opening the wheels again for the landing, and this guy's passed out. How did he not fall out? I mean, you'd think he's probably having to hold on
Well,
to something.
up in the wheel well, it's not just straight up and down. It's just not a chamber. I mean, there's
He's got a
there's
little room in there
areas.
now?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
areas.
There's
in there
There's actually a walkway in there because
Yeah.
they have to be able to if the
Fix the landing gear
the
inside.
landing gear fixed. They have to be able to manually
crank it down.
Right.
Okay, absolutely. So,
Chris
yeah.
would know. Chris did fly planes. He would know.
Absolutely.
That's why we have the WCW on here, because not only is he wily.
fly planes. High five, Chris. I jump off cliff.
You know what? Just shut up. We've heard
With
enough.
no plane.
We don't care about you jumping off a cliff, okay? The wily Chris Wiley.
I've had a horrible month, buddy.
He's not only wily. I know you just got dumped by your.
I got dumped. I got deported.
I know you got dumped by your surly whore of a wife, and I'm very sorry for you on that. But
Why?
you know, WCW, we don't just call him Wiley. He's also the wise.
Why did you
Chris
get to be the
Wiley.
Chris Wiley?
He's the wise Chris Wiley as well because he has flown planes. He knows more than you about this
What
topic.
kind of plane did you fly?
Cessna 172, Piper Cadet, C-130.
Oh, pussy plane.
T-38 Talon supersonic aircraft.
Wow.
The T-38 Tweet.
Wait, you were in the military? Okay, you're my hero, but that's all right.
What kind of plane did you fly, Sancho?
I fly the magic plane of aerial flight from 80 feet into very shallow water.
That just sounds like a bunch of mierda, if you understand Spanish.
No, it's not shit.
It sounds like
Whoa,
mierda. I'm just
dude.
going to say that.
Whoa.
Well, I didn't know you were a pilot. You still have a license now?
No, I haven't flown in 10 years.
Oh man, I was going to say when we maybe get you a job working with Felix on his
G6.
Yeah, he's got a G6.
Can you fly a G6? You think?
I could fly it, but I'd have to get type rated for it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna get that. We're gonna make that happen, Mr. Wiley.
So what do you make about this, Chris? I mean, it's interesting because obviously you've got a lot of flight experience. The notion that this young man climbs into the wheel well and survives this. I mean, and what is that? Like a 1 in 20 percentage that's even going to happen? If that, it's probably worse.
It's possible, but I mean, there is some. I mean, because he wasn't completely exposed to the low pressure. There is some pressurized inside the wheel well.
They have to pressurize the chamber, don't they?
A little, yeah. They have to be able to in case they have to make repairs to the aircraft.
Yeah,
but
right.
it's not going to be the same cabin pressure you're going to find in the actual cabin.
It's what, a third of what the normal cabin pressure would be, kind of thing.
And 30,000 feet, yeah, it's possible to survive. When you get past 40, then it's.
Well, they said that they thought that he entered some kind of hibernation state to where his blood or his heartbeat is slowed down.
Well, you got to think he's also in a very cold environment as well, so that helps slow down his heart rate and everything. So he's able to.
It was like below freezing. It was
He
like
went
0
into like
degrees ish.
He went into like a suspended animation. You know, he went into like a temporal stasis,
something like.
He was like Encino Man for about 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
I'll just say it's not an anomaly, but it is not common.
I want to know how bad his parents are that he had to go climb on a wheel well.
Dude, that is like the ultimate runaway.
I know.
Mean, when I ran away from home, I went like a block away from
Runaway train never coming back.
I stood on the corner on the street and cried for a while.
Now you would think, of all the runaways or potential runaways out there, it'd be those that are interrogated by the CIA. You hear about Guantanamo, you hear about all these different situations, and you got to wonder how many times they want to run away.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
I mean, especially when we find out how they're being interrogated.
What does Canada have?
Anthony
The
Kiedis.
CIA?
Anthony Kiedis
CSIS.
not very happy about this.
CSIS.
Flea not very happy about this. We find out that the Red Hot Chili Peppers, their music ensemble, if you will, has been utilized as a torture method for those that are stuck, that are interned in these different terrorist type of jails. During the we find out the CIA divulges that during enhanced interrogation techniques on high-value prisoners during the War on Terror, that the Red Hot Chili Peppers music was used as a way to antagonize people.
Yeah, well, it was used there, and I think it was also used during the Super Bowl to terrorize people. To be honest with you, man.
What songs did they play?
I'm sure this is their later albums because honestly, I saw
their first two albums were awesome.
Yeah, Freaky Style. I saw them play at that. I saw them in the 930 Club when I was 14 years old.
Mother's Milk, another great album.
I saw them in Thrashing.
Last good album.
Yes, last good album.
The movie Thrashing.
Yeah.
But you got to figure after the black eye that they sustained from the Super Bowl, this was the last thing they needed.
Hey, it's John.
Hey, at least somebody's buying their stuff, man. You know
John
what I mean?
Armstrong, Grizzly Adams is in the house tonight.
With the silky smooth beard. by
Silky
the
smooth
way.
beard, which I'll be
Yes.
combing in a minute for him.
But yeah, you got to figure out. You got to figure that the Red Hot Chili Peppers are quite nonplussed from this. They need worse publicity after the Super Bowl. I mean, this is the last thing that they need.
Well, yeah, I guess all rock and roll, but yet they haven't really been a prominent. I was surprised they even got him for the Super Bowl. When was the last time anybody even mentioned the Chili Peppers?
Take me to the playtime.
You know, it was the saddest moment for me ever. Was I was with a friend of mine and I was walking through Radford University in Virginia.
Damn,
And I remember walking past a frat house and the Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing, and I was like, "That's the end. It's over." It was Mother's Milk, and the
That was their last good album.
And the frat boys were playing it, and I was just like, "Well, that's the end of Cool Chili Peppers."
Now we are at the end of another show, and I'm glad that Bobby is sitting here to join us.
The magnanimous
Bobby Every, who is here to help us ring out the end of the show here.
Yes, ring.
I got a story I'll tell you about Flea real quick. I was in Daytona Beach when Flea jumped off the stage and attacked that girl, and they charged him with sexual assault.
I remember that.
I was 4 feet away from him when he did that.
Did you really?
I was standing there drinking a beer going, "This is cool as shit," and she was smiling, having a ball. She
Did
thought
he
it was
actually
really cool.
assault her?
No, he just grabbed her. You know, it was a
He
concert.
groped her?
It was a concert, and
Like
he groped
sexually
her.
or like
and she
wanting
was
to?
smiling, having a good time, going, "Oh," and then he dropped her, kind of like let her go, and they jumped back on the stage. And then her girlfriend started crying because, but I was right there. I saw it. He didn't do anything wrong.
Did he get sued for it?
They tried to
out of court.
Well, settled out of court. Yeah.
They charged him, and then they dropped the charges, and then they settled out of court.
Obviously,
they-
the
they-
attorney
shouldn't
got
have
a hold of
had
her.
it. Yeah, that's
but I was right there. I saw the whole thing.
That's awesome, man.
crazy.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah.
He actually saw the cops that were looking for John Bobbitt's penis.
I did. And it was actually
while they was
found-
looking for it.
And there was a cop looking for Ben's penis as well.
And a
They
cop-
still haven't found it. But yeah, no. The funny thing about that, John Wayne Bobbitt,
the officer's name.
His name was Officer Johnson. Found it. That's a true story, man.
Wang.
Yeah, the other guy's was Officer Wang. There was.
Can you feel the love in the building? I can.
I can, man. I tell you, we had a good time last night.
Even when I can feel the love, you don't notice. Apparently, according to them. So.
Oh, good job.
But you know what? We are at the end of another Cranial Mission show. For all you out there that have listened to the program, thank you so much. Again, when you're listening to the archive, deal with the little power outage we had. Thanks to ESB. They're so explosive.
Boom.
All the demand.
It's crazy.
That we heaped upon them today. That the power kind of had to reset.
They are not explosive like Taco Bell's diarrhea.
We had a piece of equipment that fell in the back, and it threw breakers.
But it's okay. And one of the things, real quick before we end the show, again, all you out there, you beer fans, you radio fans, etc., wherever you're listening to this show, May 15th, Pepin, Brews with Attitude.
Brews with Attitude
is where you want to be. Tuesday night, ESB Brewing Company will be up there for you to sample all of their veritable medleys of 15 different beers. So yes, it's an event you want to be a part of.
Is there any teasers of what beers we're going to see up there?
Pieces of Eight.
Pieces of Eight.
Ghost Ship.
Yes.
I don't know the other four. We're gonna do 4 beers. We're gonna feature 4 beers for that, and we haven't really decided which 4. But our mainstays, Pieces of Eight and Ghost Ship, will obviously be there.
Now, another question I have for you, real quick, is: are you going to bring back the Blackbeard Ale?
We have Blackbeard Ale in the fermenter.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about, buddy. I am so excited about that.
That sounded like Trina Fallon's cheering staff.
Yeah,
right there.
that was good, man.
We shall overcome.
All right, for all you out there, you Craniacs that have been listening to us, we appreciate the support.
Craniacs on the floor.
Thank you, Michael
And
Sabella.
we're drinking beer like never had before.
All you out there, make sure you tune in next Friday. We promise you it'll be from 7 to 9. We ran a little late, but
We were feeling sexy.
you know
and
what?
sparky
Good
for
things
that
come to those who wait.
show. Bad things come to those who don't. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah,
So
we're
now I'm
just-
just gonna
And
go
you know what, Sancho?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sancho, I'm sorry for what you had to endure tonight.
Thank you, Bang.
And I sincerely do hope that life gets better for you.
Yes.
As long as it doesn't involve you asking us for a place to stay.
He's already staying with
Chris,
Lou
I'm sorry. You
He's staying in the fifth wheel with Lubob?
You serve our country very good.
You staying with Lubob right
Yes,
now?
I showed them where to find the
Oh, Chris.
I mean,
You know, after seeing that video with Lubob, you might not want to stay with Lubob. I'm just telling you.
He told me, he said we're not going to go there because I don't want Lubob to be mad at him and kick him out.
All right, well, guys, we got to bounce. We got to get out of here. So for all you out there that listen to our show, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week here on TalkwatchStudios.com, 7 to 9 every Friday from ESB Brewing Company, 333 North Falkenberg Road, Suite D.
Sweet D.
407. We'll talk to you next week.
Hadron collision.
X-ray double vision. Internet transmissions
Of the cranial emission.
Say goodbye to Miguelito and the Mr. BC. Don't forget about me. I'm the Reverend Joey T.
ESB Brewery is the place to be.
For all the finest ales
And the Cranial 3. Just 3 cohort.
And we talk about sports and anything else that tickles our shorts.
We won't refrain
from talking to your name. 4 to 5 doctors say it won't rot your brain.
We gotta be going.
And we hope that you won't miss us. The bell has rung
And the teacher has dismissed us. So don't be sad.
Cause there's no need to freak.
We'll be coming out your speakers same time next week.